being. Stay out of my mind and my being. Run from the police. Got the people that run, got them on a short leash. Run from the police. Got the people that run, got them on a short leash. Run from the police. Got the people that run, got them on a short leash.
Stations, we are coming up on 2 minutes until airtime. 2 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Studio producers, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. One minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime. Your next time cue will be with 30 seconds until airtime. Studios, when you hear, please start your archive recording. Stations, you're coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. On my mark, 30 seconds until airtime. And there it is, so please start your archive recording. Stations, please be advised that you must disable your streaming to websites and apps during this Learfield IMG College broadcast. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. This is Bulldogs basketball.
Edwards going to force up a long day three. Oh, my goodness. Two-handed slam. Yes, sir.
If you don't come out with a high level of urgency, you're going to be in real trouble.
Deep straightaway three. Oh, Anthony Edwards. Oh, my goodness. Monty Kamara on the alley-oop and a two-handed finish. Wow. That's circus time. That's ridiculous.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, to Courtside along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. Tonight from sold-out Stegman Coliseum in Athens, and the needle is definitely pegging in the red on the anticipation meter as 10-3 Georgia opens SEC play tonight against Conference Goliath Kentucky. The Wildcats also 10-3 this season. Georgia is back home after one of its biggest road wins ever, upsetting the 9th-ranked Memphis Tigers at their place last Saturday afternoon. The Bulldogs gauntlet continues tonight with 14th-ranked Kentucky, followed by a trip to 5th-ranked Auburn on Saturday night. Now, the Dogs would certainly get an extra shot of adrenaline if they can pull off back-to-back wins over ranked opponents, but beating Kentucky has been about as common as my trips to the barbershop. Georgia has lost the last 12 meetings in the series and is 26-127 all-time against the Cats. But maybe tonight is the time for that haircut. The Bulldogs Courtside Show is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. A man whose hair refuses to fall out, Chuck Dowdle, will join me next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you know Georgia is one of the leading producers of pecans in the entire world? That's how hard Georgia farmers work to help cultivate the state's economy. And that's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with agricultural research and assistance programs and access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. So, get cracking.
You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal, banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
At Booking.com, our search filters make it easy to book the perfect place to stay to check off any New Year's resolution. Want to be more active this year? Book a resort with a fitness center at Booking.com. Check. Want to shorten your commute? Book a ski lodge right by the lifts at Booking.com. Check. Or do you want to worry less in 2020? Then book a vacation home with a relaxing hot tub. Check. At Booking.com, there's a booking for every resolution. Download the app and book now.
Welcome back to Athens. Stegman Coliseum, full house on hand for tonight's confrontation between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Kentucky Wildcats. Conference opener for Georgia. Kentucky's already played one in the SEC. My broadcast partner Chuck Dowdle is here. Our producer-engineer is Tony Schiavone tonight. And in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, it's Trevor Williams. And, Chuck, here's the one good thing that as I'm watching this crowd fill up Stegman Coliseum, we're going to have 10-5, 26 or whatever the final number is.
You don't see a lot of blue.
It's going to be sold out tonight. We don't see a lot of blue. And the fact that we played in front of large crowds already this season makes me feel a little bit better about this game tonight because our guys down here in white won't be overcome by this.
Doesn't seem different to them. That's a great point, Scott. And by the way, you look like you need a little trim around the ears. You know? I just have a feeling.
It'll fall out if I wait long enough.
Listen, Georgia is 8-0 here at Stegman this year. And now this is just game one of conference play. And that's important. You know, we finished our little preseason. We're 10-3, just like Kentucky. They have now played a conference game, but this is our first. And you know the secret in the SEC. You protect your home floor. You find a way to steal a few on the road. And that's what Georgia's going to be looking to do tonight, continue to protect their home floor.
Kentucky's not very deep. How do you think that will affect the outcome tonight?
Well, not as much as what I think the difference with this Kentucky team has been this year. And that is, if you look, they've been inconsistent. You know, they've got McDonald's All-Americans just kind of, you know, scattered throughout their roster. But they haven't been consistent in their play. And I think that's what's driving John Calipari nuts. But anybody that goes to sleep on Kentucky at this time of year and dismisses them, you do so at your own peril because they'll always be ready to go when March rolls around.
Number 14 in the nation, according to the Associated Press poll this week. That's what Kentucky is. Georgia's unranked. And as Chuck pointed out a few moments ago, both teams have an overall record of 10-3. Kentucky with a win over Missouri on Saturday in their SEC opener. That came at Rupp Arena as the Cats were 71-59 winners over Missouri. So they are 1-0 in SEC play. The Bulldogs were playing a different brand of Cats on Saturday, and they came away with a 65-62 win at number 9 Memphis. First road win at a top 10 team since 2004. for the Bulldogs, and that's why that game and that win on Saturday had a lot of historical significance. The Bulldogs and the Wildcats getting ready to play for, it's well over 140 games in the series, and it's lopsidedly in favor of Kentucky. We'll continue with the Bulldogs Courtside Show, brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. We'll continue from the Piedmont Healthcare Studios. And Trevor Williams, he's next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Welcome back to Sports View. Next topic. Is it really all about power? Makes me think of Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Gives you the power to find options based on your budget. Let's go to Chuck for an irrelevant analogy.
Man, back in the day, people didn't ask how many oranges are in the crate. They just took the oranges. They didn't say, are there 6, 7, 12, 15, whatever. It was just oranges. You get me?
We get you, Chuck. In a word, oranges.
Give it to us straight with the Progressive Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios.
Trevor Williams in the studios with you tonight as we get ready for Georgia and Kentucky coming up at the top of the hour. It's 15 minutes to tip off, presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Let's take a look at tonight's action. We'll start in the SEC. There's a decent slate of games tonight, a couple others along with us. 2 already in action as Florida is on the road at South Carolina. Both these games in their late stages as that has 5 minutes left to go. Gators leading on the road over the Gamecocks 69-60. Tennessee and Missouri are all locked up at 53 with 5.5 to play in Missouri. And then coming up later on tonight along with us, Ole Miss and Texas A&M. They also tip off at 9 o'clock as the Rebels, they lost to Wichita State this last weekend while Texas A&M fell at Arkansas. So both teams looking to get on the right track, and both teams gave up late first half runs in their losses this weekend. So they'll try to ride it in half number 1. In terms of top 25 action tonight, lots of games on this Tuesday. Number 11, number 12, Ohio State and Maryland. They're battling right now out in College Park. It's a good ball game. Maryland leading by 10 with 6:54 left to play at home, 53-43. Also tonight, number 13, Louisville against Miami. That's a 62-54 lead for the Cardinals. 18th ranked Virginia. They've just taken a lead on Boston College on the road. They have trailed for a while. It's 50-47 with 4.5 left to play. And 20th ranked Penn State trailing by 3 at Rutgers, 56-53. Still some games to come later tonight between 4th ranked Baylor and number 22 Texas Tech, as well as 16th ranked Villanova and Creighton. As for us, we've got Georgia and Kentucky coming up tonight. Ahead, An interview with Tom Crean and Scott Howard will go inside the Bulldog locker room. That's when our pregame coverage continues after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Everybody knows that peanuts are the state crop of Georgia. But did you know that Georgia farmers contribute nearly $75 billion to the state's economy each year? That's not peanuts. Those billions are why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers by promoting agriculture and offering access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. Peanuts.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Dealing with battery problems? America's #1 battery destination is here to help. At AutoZone, we've got the free services to help you start even stronger in those colder temperatures, like our free battery testing and battery charging. If you're having starting troubles, come into AutoZone. We'll test and charge your battery for free so you can drive with peace of mind in the wintertime. Getting the job done just got easier. Visit your nearest AutoZone today to learn more. Based on data from the NPD Group Incorporated, Car Care Track 12 months ending December 2018.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
You're listening to Georgia Basketball. Now time for your all-access trip inside the Dogs' locker room and a visit with the head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Back here at Stegman Coliseum as we get ready for Georgia and Kentucky tonight. Coach Tom Crean is with us. This is brought to you by UPS. Working together to achieve great things like the Bulldogs, that's problem solving. Visit UPS.com to learn more. Official logistics partner of Georgia Athletics. Tom, big game on Saturday, obviously. You got another one tonight. How do you get your young guys ready back-to-back with those kind of games?
Well, you don't try to wear them out, and Sunday we didn't do that. We've got a lot to get done mentally, which is a big part of where people struggle. I mean, this is so new for them. As Brian Fish said, you don't have a lot of walkthroughs like we have in practices like we have coming up. I mean, and then it's day after day after day, and you just got to get used to it when you're a young player. Young players don't have to deal with it like that. And so there's the mental part of it, but then there's the physical part, making sure we're sharp, making sure we've got the right edge. And that's what we've tried to do. And we had a good sharp walkthrough today. So again, it's you're trying to prepare your team best you can, but at the end of the day, it's the physicality, it's the aggressiveness. Those are the things that they've got to be able to withstand inside a game like this.
Will this game have some similarities to the one you just played in Memphis?
I think so, definitely. I think this is a more physical group around the bucket. And but I definitely think so. Explosive guards, transition teams that really rebound the ball well. And so there will be some similarities. But this Kentucky team is, when you take the combination of speed and physicality, it's the best we've seen.
Richards, their big guy, one of their big guys anyway, Nick Richards, 6'11", watching him in practice a little bit earlier. He's very good in the post, mid-post, high post. How do you defend him?
Well, we've got to mix it up on him. When they play well, he plays well. And when he doesn't play well, they don't play so well. And we've got to do a really good job. I think he's averaging 15, 16 points when they win, under 4 when they lose. So we've got to do a really good job. We've got to, number one, we got to limit his touches. But with the biggest thing with him is what he does on the glass. He is one of the best offensive and defensive rebounders in college basketball, in my mind. I mean, and he's very, very physical and aggressive and likes to hit first. So if we don't hit, we'll get knocked out of the way, and that's where he's a real tough opponent.
who do we have on our team that can do that, that likes to hit, that likes that contact?
Well, it has to be a team of guys, Scott. That's the thing. I mean, it's not like we have just one guy that can do that. And we don't have what you would call that physical matchup for a guy like that. So it's got to come from a lot of different people. And we've got to get into his body. I mean, we've got to meet him first. And it's the same thing with Montgomery, and they send their guards to the glass. So it's just we've got to have a team rebounding mindset, and that means that's got to be 5 guys ready to rebound, and more often than not, 3 or 4 of those guys are going to have to be physical when the shot goes up.
One of the things you've always talked about since you've been here is the atmosphere in the arena. We're going to have that atmosphere tonight. It's filling up nicely. It should be very boisterous. And your thoughts on that and playing in front of that kind of crowd? I'm
just appreciative. I think it's fantastic. And students were lined up in all corners today to get their wristbands, and it's been fantastic. I mean, the support here has been awesome, and to have the crowd be the way that they have been, and we just need them to stick with us in this through every part of it, and when it's time to put the pedal down, that they're there helping us, and if we got to come from behind, they're there helping us the whole way, just to be, you said it, boisterous, loud and boisterous the entire night.
Tom, thanks very much. Much good luck against Kentucky.
Thanks, Scott. Go Dogs.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean with us, and we'll give you the starting lineups for the Bulldogs and the Wildcats when we come back here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We're getting you in the zone.
Brought to you by AutoZone.
Stolen by Edwards. Showtime! Edwards! And dunk. Beautiful dig from Ray Shaw.
Need to get the job done fast? AutoZone can help. Visit AutoZone.com and start the job with free next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup.
Get in the zone.
AutoZone.
Alley-oop lob and a one-handed coast two-handed slam down the lane. Wow.
This is Bulldogs basketball.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
Season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit Regions.com/Go Dogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The following BMW ad is a few years old. A little sibling rivalry is to be expected in the BMW 3 Series. We're running it again because these 3 Series models are now BMW certified. They may have their differences, but they have much more in common than you think. They sure do. Like a sporty chassis, still has that. A 0 to 60 that's as quick as 4.6 seconds. Yeah, what I said. BMW certified. Like new, again.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Pros like you do it right by starting with Lowe's to save on the brands you trust. Whether you're building new construction or renovating, stop in today and get up to 20% off Lithonia 2-foot by 4-foot LED flat panel commercial lighting when you buy in bulk. Plus, get your choice of a DeWalt 20-volt max brushless cordless drill or a DeWalt 2-pack of 20-volt power tool batteries, each just $99. Whatever you need for this job and every job after, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Valid 1/6 to 1/15 U.S. only.
Every rep.
Crump in the corner. There's a three. Tyree right in front of the bench.
Every play.
Dogs turn it over. Edwards with a beautiful over-the-head bounce pass from 40 feet.
Commit to the G.
Brown two-handed slam on the other end. Hammond's wide open three. Rayshawn trains it in front of the tech bench. Ball knocked loose, rolling on the floor, picked up by Fagan. Little one-hander. The bunny is good off the right leg. Edwards kick out. Gresham three ball. Good from the left side. He got knocked into the courtside seat. Stolen by Edwards. Here we go. A little showtime. A one-handed cock and fire with the hammer and the throwdown. Edwards with a one-handed jam.
on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs, and by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 1-800-STATE-FARM or by visiting statefarm.com. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
All right, moments away from tip-off, the SEC opener for Georgia as they take on the Kentucky Wildcats. Before we give you the starting lineups tonight, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Bulldogs basketball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Here are your starting lineups tonight. We'll start with a home team for Georgia, the Bulldogs, with a record of 10-3, and again, the SEC opener moments away. Tom Crean is the Dogs' head coach. His record in his second season in Athens, 21-24, in his 20th year as a head coach overall, with a record of 377 and 255. His starting five tonight will feature Donnell Gresham, 6'3", redshirt senior, graduate transfer actually from St. Paul, Minnesota, graduate transfer from Northeastern University. He's averaging just over 7 points and 5.5 rebounds per contest. Tyree Crump, the senior from Bainbridge, Georgia, gets the start tonight, a 6'1" senior, 185 pounds, third leading scorer on the team, averaging 8.5 points per ball game. Anthony Edwards is the 6'5" freshman, 225. He is from Atlanta, leading scorer for Georgia this season, 18.4 points per contest and 5 rebounds per game. Toumani Camara is back in the starting five, a 6'8" freshman from Brussels, Belgium, by way of South Florida, as he finished up his high school duties in South Florida, averaging 6 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. And Rayshawn Hammonds rounds out the Dogs starting five, a 6'9" junior from Norcross, second leading scorer, leading rebounder on the team, 14 points, 9 boards per contest. For the Kentucky Wildcats, ranked 14th in this week's Associated Press Top 25. Cats are 10-3, 1-0 in the SEC. John Calipari's their head coach in his 11th season in Lexington, a record of 315 and 74. The Hall of Famer is in his 28th year overall, 760 wins. His starting five, Ashton Hagans, 6'3" sophomore from Cartersville, Georgia. Tyrese Maxey, a 6'3" freshman from Garland, Texas. Nick Richards, a 6'11" junior from Kingston, Jamaica. Keon Brooks, a 6'7" freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And E.J. Montgomery, a 6'10" sophomore from Fort Pierce, Florida. Georgia and Kentucky are coming up in Athens right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
At Georgia Power, we believe our lake should be filled with water, not trash. That a healthy honeybee population will pollinate a healthier environment. That building homes is just as important as powering them. That's why we believe what we do off the grid is just as important as the clean, safe, reliable, affordable energy we provide on it. And that's a different kind of energy. Visit georgiapower.com/community.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal, banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA. At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
All right, the lights are out here at Stegman Coliseum. We are packed to the rafters. Might even be standing room only tonight. It's a seller's market. If you wanted a ticket to get into this joint tonight to see the Dogs and the Wildcats, let's give you our Ford keys to the game. Presented by the Ford F-150. Ford has a tradition building generations of tough, legendary trucks like the Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. For great offers, visit your local Ford dealer soon. Here's the official Chuck of the Georgia Bulldogs, Chuck Dowdle, with our keys to a Dogs victory.
All right, Scott, listen, in a game like this, possessions mean everything. So we got to limit theirs, try to increase ours. That means get turnovers, but we got to limit our turnovers. Right now, so far into the season, Kentucky is 4 better than us. 4 possessions a game better than us in turnover margin. So we've got to reverse that tonight and protect that basketball and force some turnovers when they've got the ball. Secondly, we got to encourage them to shoot the 3. They are dead last among all SEC teams in made three-pointers to this point in the season. And their shooting percentage behind the arc, 29%. That is very, very un-Kentucky-like. And then finally, we got to take advantage of what we've done. Don't question ourselves. You just beat a higher-ranked team than these guys on their own floor. You can certainly handle these guys on ours. Let's get it done tonight.
All right, very good. Dogs going for back-to-back wins against top 25 opponents. That hasn't happened too frequently. We'll see if the Dogs can pull off that feat tonight and then get ready for another one on the weekend as life in the FCC begins this evening. For Georgia, Dogs, as Chuck pointed out, 8-0 at home here at Stegman Coliseum so far this season. Georgia was just 2-16 in conference play last year, but they weren't dead last because Vanderbilt went 0-18 in league play last year. The Dogs' only conference wins last season against Vanderbilt and then on the road at Florida, as the Dogs have won back-to-back years in Gainesville, and that's another thing that doesn't happen a whole lot.
Right. But that win last year against Florida, you look back and you go, how did that happen?
Yes, especially when your team went 11-21 last season. Kentucky comes in, owner of 48 regular season SEC titles, the NCAA's winningest basketball team of all time, 2,303 all-time victories. That's the reason why they are like they are. And there's not a whole lot of Big Blue Nation in the building tonight, Chuck, which is another rare sight.
Because tickets are so hard to come by in Lexington for their fans that they usually snap up additional tickets when they go on the road, and they do that well in advance. But under Tom Crean, there have been sellouts and new records set of season tickets being bought by Georgia fans. Made it a little difficult for. Did Richards just give us a fist bump?
Yeah, he's doing the whole table.
Jeez.
Nick Richards from Kentucky just walked the length of the table and gave everybody a fist bump.
I didn't see it. I had my hand out and I didn't see it. And now
you got one. You got to go wash that hand. That's exactly. Tony's got some hand sanitizer we can use. All right, our tip-off is brought to you by Northside Hospital, proudly welcoming the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care with more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals. Your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. It's Kamara and Richards in the center circle, tapped by Kentucky and controlled by the Wildcats, and we are underway in Athens tonight. A lot of anticipation building up for this ball game between the blue and the red and black. Cats with the first possession. E.J. Montgomery out on the perimeter, above the arc on the right side. He goes top of the key to Tyrese Maxey. Gives it to Hagans. He launches a three, too deep on it. Rebound. Crump pulls it out of the crowd, fires it up ahead to Kamara. He has the ball knocked away from behind by the Cats. Out of bounds into the far corner, front court for Georgia. It'll be Dogs ball, plenty of time on the possession clock.
Watch Hagans tonight. He hurt that ankle, that left ankle, playing against Missouri on Saturday. Had to be helped off the court. There were some doubts about his availability tonight.
Hammond's trying to inbound the ball from the far right corner with Montgomery jumping up and down. And there's a steal almost at half court from Gresham by Hagans. And a drive, and he misses a lay-in. He missed the lay-in with Gresham defending after he turned it over. Cats miss an opportunity there. Dogs with the ball back. Donnell with a bounce pass, top of the key to Tumani Kamara. He wraps around the defender, feeds it down on a bounce to Edwards. Fadeaway two on the right side, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Richards, the 6'11 junior for Kentucky. We're scoreless, a minute in. Cats feed it into the post. Montgomery, nowhere to go with it. They feed along the baseline to Keon Brooks. He has it bounce off his hands and out of bounds on the baseline. Cats turn it over again. Dogs with the ball. We're scoreless. 65 seconds into the ball game. Gresham into the front court, hands it to Hammonds. Dogs working around the perimeter. Right side of the floor now for Crump as we're working the front court down to our left. Kamara's got it above the arc on the left side to Edwards. Step back long two. Good. First points of the ball game just above the foul line for Anthony Edwards.
That's that little step back where he jab steps, gets the defender rocking back on his heels, pulls back, takes the jumper.
Dogs with a 2-0 lead. Students raucous on this end zone for Kentucky. There's a whistle and a foul. That'll stop some of the activity for Georgia. Get a foul on Rayshawn Hammonds. That's number one.
Okay, we don't need that.
Our
do not need Big Ray in foul trouble.
We do not. Todd Austin, Byron Jarrett, Ewan Short are our officials tonight. Cats with the ball. Here's a three from the left corner. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Montgomery. Kick out Hagans. Straight away three is no good. Richards tries to slap at the ball. The Dogs end up getting the rebound in a crowd. Edwards has got it. Straight away three. Good! Anthony with a long straightaway three. Kind of kicks one leg up in the air while he's shooting off the other one. It's 5-0. That's a Scana Energy three-pointer for Anthony Edwards. Dogs up 5. The crowd likes that action early on. Hagans in trouble on the right side of the iron, or right side of the lane. Jump pass to Maxey. They go down low, and they get a bucket from Brooks down there posted up on the left block. Keon Brooks with the first points for the Cats to make it 5-2. 17:28 to go. Half number one. Early in this late start here in the SEC. Crump off a curl, misses the straightaway three. Rebound torn away by E.J. Montgomery, the 6'10 sophomore from Florida. Dogs by 3. Cats with the ball. Hagan's going to be booed every time he touches the ball. He's a Georgia kid that had previously committed to Georgia, and then we had a coaching change, and he ended up at Kentucky. They sag off Hagans. He'll launch a three and miss again. Another rebound for the Cats. That's got to end if Georgia's going to have a shot tonight. Brooks going towards the basket down the lane. Up and in good. 5-4. Dogs by a point. Crump works on the right wing. Now dribbles into the paint. Kicks it out to Kamara for a three. Short rebound. Gresham. There's a foul on the rebound on Georgia. Dogs had a push. Gresham with the push. He got the rebound. And apparently that's why. 5-4 is our score. Cats will walk it into the front court with Hagans. Anthony Edwards guarding him. Hagans, one of the top defensive players in the Southeastern Conference, was the co-defensive player of the year last season as a freshman in this league. Richards triple teamed in there. We knocked the ball out of his hands. Montgomery quick on the wing to scoop it up for the Cats. Feeds it down low. Keon Brooks, a 6'7 forward, posts up and scores on a lay-in. And the Cats have scored 6 straight. 6-5 Kentucky. Dogs drive with Kamara, and he's fouled near the basket. Push on the Cats. And that's going to be 2 foul shots for the Dogs and Toumani Camara, the 6'8 freshman from Belgium.
Well, there's just no way to really quantify the improvement in Toumani Camara over the past month and how aggressive he's become.
His numbers, while not really eye-popping, have almost doubled in just about every area, including scoring and rebounding as he misses the free throw. That's an area certainly of continued work for Camara, who's just 61% at the line. He's now 14 of 24 this season. Left-handed shooter, free throw rolls off the iron, no good. And I think we had a lane violation. Yep, Cats got in there early, big Nick Richards. And that's going to give Camara another shot at it. All right, Toumani will try to take advantage of the extra opportunity. Here's his third free throw. He got 3 to make 2, and that one rolls off again. He missed all of them. Rebound to the Cats, E.J. Montgomery. They've got size, and 6'11 Richards and 6'10 Montgomery. We don't have that kind of size. They lead 6-5. We scored the first 5. They've scored the next 6. Hagens attacks down the lane, drops it off. Dunk Richards. He's got 4, and it's 8-5. 8 straight points now for the Wildcats. 15:40 to go, first half. Gresham into the front court, over the logo to our left. Dogs working around the perimeter. Camara give and go to Crump. Crump gets blocked and hammered from behind. Cats take it away. There was no whistle on the left end. Cats with the ball, looking to add to 8 straight points. Cross court lob into the far corner to E.J. Montgomery. He gets it to Richards. Posting up against Hammonds. Rayshon defends. Turnaround jumper by Richards. He didn't try to back him down. He missed it off the rim, and the rebound goes to the Dogs, who trail by 3. Edwards fires, chest pass over to Hammonds. His 3 is off target, no good. Rebound Cats, Tyrese Maxey. Maxey going to take it all the way inside. Now kick it out to Hagens from the left wing. Line drive off the rim, no good. Hammond steals the rebound away from Montgomery. Takes it through a double team, spin move, and he traveled. Wow. And he falls down on the baseline into the sea of reporters and photographers over there. Timeout with 14:50 to go in the first half. Dogs just got to settle in here. We're trailing by 3. Cats 8, Dogs 5. Timeout, Bulldogs Sports Network.
Off season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Combining home and auto with State Farm gets you a whole lot covered for less. But this State Farm radio ad gets you this jam covered for free.
Cover it all, but nothing at all. I want my premiums to fall by combining policies for home and auto. Cover it all. And
for more coverage, visit statefarm.com. You've been ignoring that knee pain during your morning run. You have a lot of questions about that concussion from the soccer game. That shoulder pain you've been feeling playing tennis is now chronic. At Northside Sports Medicine, we know you don't have to be a pro to be an athlete, which is why we give you access to treatment, technology, and an elite team of sports medicine doctors dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility. Call 1-855-NH-SPORT today so you can get back in the game. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit bmwatl.com for great offers. 8-5, Kentucky has scored 8 straight to lead the Dogs by 3. The Dogs just 2 for 7 in that first 5 minutes and 10 seconds of play. The Cats 4 of 11. Anthony Edwards has all 5 of Georgia's points thus far. Tyree Crump. I was just looking at some from notes on Crump. He's 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 1 on threes. At Memphis, he only had 2 points in the win over the Tigers on Saturday. Was 0 for 2 from the field, but did not try a 3, and that's rare for Tyree. 69% of his made buckets in his career are three-pointers, and it was the first time in 55 games he did not attempt a three-point shot, only the fourth time since his freshman year. But he's got a three under his belt tonight. Hasn't made one yet, but he's taken an attempt.
Well, we got to get him heated up. He's off the floor right now, but Severe's in there, but that'll bring a certain excitement. Now that'll put Kentucky in a position where, you know how he likes to penetrate and then dish or finish at the rim, which he's also very good at.
That's the one substitution for Georgia after the timeout. Wheeler in, Crump out. Cats will go with Nate Sestina, a 6'9 graduate transfer from Bucknell, 6'9 and 234. And very solid-looking player. He sets a screen in the backcourt, and Wheeler runs right into it. Hagen's bring it across the timeline for the Cats, who lead at 8-5. Hagen's, whose hometown is Cartersville, Georgia, played at Newton County High School, or Newton as Kentucky calls it. And a running floater by Maxey is going to sink around the rim and fall through good. That's 10 straight points for the Wildcats. They lead at 10-5. Dogs on the offensive end in our throwback old-style white jerseys. No name on the back and the block lettering Georgia across the front. Foul is going to be called on Sestina as he worked against Hammonds. Rayshon was trying to back him down on the dribble on the left side of the lane, get into the paint area. Sestina wouldn't have it, and he got whistled for the foul. Each team with 2 fouls here. 14:06 to go first half. It's 10-5 Kentucky. Both teams looking for their 11th win of the season tonight. Both coming in with identical 10-3 marks. Hammonds puts it on the floor with the right hand, shoots from the foul line, sinks it, got fouled, count the basket, go to the line. And John Calipari argued.
Well, it was a nice move by Ray. Took it straight into the paint, went straight up with it, got fouled, then was off balance, but still made the shot.
And the foul was on Sestina. That's a quick 2 on the graduate transfer.
Yeah, he just got out there. We barely got to know him.
And now their coach is going to yell at his player. 10-7. That ended a 10-0 run for Kentucky. And the free throw will not go.
Oh, we got to make free throws.
The battle for the rebound is on. Cats are going to get it under the boards with Montgomery. Yeah, we are not making free throws thus far. We've missed all of ours. We're 1 for 4. Cats going to score again with Maxey getting close in from the left side. They're getting in way too deep, 12-7. Kentucky with a lead. Edwards with the ball on the offensive end for the Dogs. Dropped it, but then picked it up, scoops it over to Wheeler. Xavier will trot towards the middle of the floor. They'll reset the offense. 15 on the shot clock for the Dogs. We're down 5. Hand it off to Kamara on the dribble. He does the same to Edwards on the left wing. Back to Wheeler with 8 on the clock. Xavier going to shoot a 3 with the left hand. They foul him.
Wow.
As he hits it off the rim.
Now that'll really get Calipari hot.
Foul was on Emmanuel Quickly. That's his first. The team's 4th. And that puts Xavier at the free throw line. 3 free throws coming up for Wheeler, who shoots just 57% so far this season. It's time to get good, little fella. And that free throw will not go. Back iron and away. This is not a good start at the line for the Dogs, who as a team are 12th in the league in free throw shooting at 66%. There's one. He made the second one. He's got one more to come. Christian Brown will check into the ball game for the Dogs. Tumani Kamara comes out. Brown will tuck in his jersey. 6'6" freshman from Hopkins, South Carolina. Todd Austin, one of the officials, tells everybody in the foul lane, Sevier's got one more free throw, and he sinks it. Well, he makes 2 out of 3, and it's 12-9. Kentucky by 3. Wheeler presses Maxey in the backcourt. He's trying to get the ball into the front side, and he does. But he had to make a little extra effort with Wheeler on him, defending him. Maxey on the left wing. Wheeler guarding. Up the wing to Montgomery. Hands it back to Maxey. 12 to shoot. Maxey at 6'3", freshman from Texas. They go into Montgomery in the paint, take it back out to Maxey. The 3 is off the iron, no good. Rebound Edwards. They climbed his back and foul on Khalil Whitney, the 6'6" freshman from Chicago.
You know what? And that's what Georgia needs to do is don't let them penetrate. Invite them to take the three. I pointed out they're shooting only 29%.
Well, that was one of your keys, and so far.
Let them shoot it until they show you that they can make those. Give them to them.
Cats 0 for 4 on threes at this point with 12:43 to go in the ball game. First half, rather. 12-9 is the score. Cats by 3. Jordan Harris is in the ball game for the Dogs. Spin move and a pass on the baseline to Wheeler. Jump pass from the baseline out front to Brown. Over to Hammonds for 3 with 11 to shoot. Nicks the front of the iron. Rebound Kentucky. Scramble and a foul on the Dogs.
Anthony
Edwards.
Well,
that's his first and the team's third. 12:27 first half on the clock, and 12-9 is our score. Kind of a sluggish start to this ball game. Hagens lost the dribble. It rolled a little bit. He was trying to pick it up as it was rolling. He finally does. Cats work in the front court. Hagens between the circles, guarded by Sevier. Now it's quickly on the left wing. Let's check a whistle. And they got a foul on Richards, I believe. They do. Fighting for position.
Well,
down on the right block, he got the elbow out, says the one official. That's 2 on Nick Richards.
And now they put Sestino back in there, who's got 2.
That's correct. They're not a deep team, remember that. And one of their young men, Johnny Juzang, a 6'6 freshman, is not on the trip. He's a scratch tonight. He was ill against in their last game against Missouri, did not play, and he did not make the trip here. The officials are going to the monitor now to see if there was any flagrancy to Nick Richards' foul.
While they're checking that, they need to go back and check to make sure. I think that last foul was on Christian Brown, not on Anthony Edwards. But be that as it may, that's gone by the video screen.
Again, our officials are Todd Austin, Byron Jarrett, and Owen Short. I didn't see the replay. What did you see?
He had the elbow up in Jordan Harris's face. I don't think it'll be a flagrant, but he certainly used it.
2 of the 3 officials are discussing what they saw on the video, and what are they going to call?
Well, they're not sure.
Flagrant 1 is the foul called, and now the official is explaining it to John Calipari. He's getting an explanation from the official, and the Dogs are going to get a free throw here. Rayshawn Hammonds at the line. Our score is 12-9, Kentucky. So a flagrant 1 foul issued against Nick Richards, who has 2 in the ball game. Free throw is good by Richards, or by Hammonds, excuse me. And he's got 1 more to go. Rayshawn try to make it a 1-point game. Up on his toes, the left-hander finishes well. Knocks down a pair of foul shots, and now the Dogs will get the ball. It'll be Christian Brown inbounding. Georgia will have to bring it up the length of the floor. Brown, Wheeler, Hammonds, Harris, and Crump is back in. He's settled in the left corner in front of the Cats bench. Ball knocked away, trying to go to Harris to get the offensive set going. Jordan spin move down the lane, puts it up with the left hand. It rattles and rolls. Good to go, Jordan Harris. He exploded down the lane. The Dogs have taken the lead 13-12. Now Kentucky attacks. Whistle will stop play near the basket on the baseline.
Christian Brown.
And they got Christian for a hold. Brown, the freshman, called for the foul. His first, the team's 4th. And a timeout with 11:47 to go here in the first half. It's Georgia 13, Kentucky 12. Back to Stegman after this. Bulldog Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit Piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We all like to shop local, whether it's your neighborhood barber, your favorite coffee shop, or your local farmer's market. That's why I'm proud to be a member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for 85 years with one simple goal, banking on purpose. Whether they are saving you money or supporting the people, places, and teams we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. Get started today with a low-rate credit card from Georgia's Own or visit their website at georgiasown.org to learn more. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
You know, growing up in a coffee family is no different than growing up in any other family, except that we all kind of share one affinity, and that's for a great tasting cup of coffee.
Matt Siraj, 4th generation owner, Community Coffee.
I believe people can taste the difference family makes. It's a fullness in the mouth. It's a flavor impression that follows all the way through till 30 seconds after that sip of coffee. It's that rich, smooth flavor that you find in Community Coffee.
Our family story continues at communitycoffee.com.
Dogs lead the Cats by a point, 13-12. Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the absolute best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. 10,500 and change in the building tonight. It's a sellout crowd. And as most of the SEC home games are for Georgia, already sold out 6 of the 9, I think, SEC games this season.
Sold out. Scott, we started this game 2 for 7 from the floor. We're now 4 for 10. So we've hit 2 of our last 3, which is good. But we need to get Anthony Edwards, who's now not on the floor. We got a substitution. He's not on the floor now. But he needs to get involved. He needs to be getting touches when he's in there.
Dogs 5 on the floor are Wheeler, Crump, Brown, Harris, and Hammonds. Cats ball, they inbound in the front court, right baseline. Working around top of the key. This is Keon Brooks. He goes quickly to Montgomery. Hagans rushes out to take the ball. Hagans, a couple of long, stretched out dribbles. Gives it to Maxey. Back over to Hagans with 10 to shoot. Now less than that. Oh, they got it inside. Montgomery blocked from behind by Harris. Ball is loose. They go to the floor. Montgomery trying to throw it from his back, and Georgia's going to come out of there with a basketball.
How about Jordan Harris?
Long 3, right side. Crump! Tyree for 3. That's more like it. That's a Scana Energy 3 by the senior from Bainbridge. And a timeout, Kentucky, as the Dogs have jumped up by 4, and the fans have jumped up on their feet after that exchange.
Well, I tell you what, that was all started by a terrific defensive play by Jordan Harris. He made a great offensive play just a few minutes ago with that spin and layup on the iron that somehow or another found its way to the bottom of the net. And then he comes on the other end and blocks a shot. That's at the rim. Great defensive play.
And then he went to the floor to try to get the ball with the Kentucky player
and got it.
Forced the turnover. 16-12, Georgia by 4. Cats were quick to call that timeout as John Calipari wipes the sweat off his brow with his folded up towel. He might be going back to that a lot tonight. Let's hope so. 11-11 to go in the first half. 16-12. Georgia with a 4-point lead. Cats will inbound the basketball from near sideline in the backcourt just next to their bench as they throw it into Hagans. Ashton Hagans guarded by Xavier Wheeler. Now here's Quickly with it. Holds it away on his left hip, guarded by Harris. Just inside the foul line, left side, step into the paint. Little jump hook is good by Keon Brooks at 6'7", and it's 16-14. Dogs go quickly into the front court. One pass, and we were there. Wheeler dribbling slowly, high on the right wing. They're not guarding him tightly. Hagans is on him, set a screen with Hammonds. Wheeler drives to the foul line. Bank shot won't go. Off the iron. Rebound into the far corner. Picked up by Quickly for Kentucky. Cats trail by 2. Feed it into Brooks. Back to the basket. Works against Crump. He knocks him down. No call. Ball is loose. Jordan Harris couldn't find the handle. Cats get it back. They go to Hagans. We foul him going in for a layup. The layup is good, and they'll count the basket. and sent Ashton Hagans to the free throw line with the foul on Tyree Crump.
Well, Jordan had control of the basketball, but lost it at about midcourt, and the Cats immediately turned that into a layup and a foul by Ashton Hagans.
Hagans to the line, 6'3", almost 200 pounds, sophomore from Cartersville, Georgia, 84% foul shooter. He delivers with the right hand and rolls it up and in for the three-point play. Those are his first points of the evening. He averages 13 a game. He's the second leading scorer on the team. 17-16, that has given the Cats the lead as well. Christian Brown attacks from the left side. They call him for traveling as his shot caromed off the iron.
He did. He took two full steps.
That's against the rules?
Well, it wasn't Saturday in Memphis.
No, it wasn't. Because, as you pointed out, there was a lot of walking
in Memphis.
Yes. Kentucky with the ball. They push it up from the elbow with a right hand. Maxey misses it off the glass. Rebound to Georgia. Long run out to Kamara. Charging down the lane and a one-handed jam.
How about that pass? Severe Wheeler. Beautiful.
That's your Swifty Car Wash Express play of the game. Wheeler to Kamara. Jam finish. 18-17 is our score. Dogs by a point. Cats with the ball. Quickly holds it on his left hip. Now puts it on the floor. Oh, a little arm bar foul on Jordan Harris, the senior from Iron City, Georgia.
If they're going to start calling those, we're going to be here a long time tonight.
We're going to be here a long time. 6 fouls apiece. There was a huge discrepancy in that category on Saturday, but the Dogs were able to overcome it. Memphis ended up the ball game when there were less than 10 seconds to go. They only had 4 fouls, so they had to continually foul the Dogs to try to get them to the line just so they could try to get the ball back. That won't be the case tonight. Dogs by a point. Cats miss a 3 from the corner. Brown got position to get the rebound in front of Keon Brooks on the baseline. Here's Wheeler down the lane, wrap around into the corner. Fagan out of the corner, tried to give it over to Kamara, and we turned it over. Hagans intercepted the bounce pass. Hagans down the lane, dumps it down low to Montgomery. He may have traveled, they don't call it. He faked the shot, and then he got our guy in the air. Georgia's bench wanted to travel. Instead, Georgia's bench gets a foul on Tumani Kamara. They're going to count the bucket, I believe, and send Richards to the line, or send Montgomery to the line, excuse me. And it's 19-18 now. Kentucky with a 1-point lead, and E.J. Montgomery, 6'10", 228-pound sophomore from Fort Pierce, Florida. One of their many McDonald's All-Americans that Chuck pointed out, dotting their roster. He's only a 45% foul shooter, 5 of 11. In the air. And that was the 45% that we saw there. It was too hard, too deep, and no good. Rebound, Edwards. 19-18, Cats by a point. Dogs with the ball, barely inside the half-court line. Edwards, now he makes some space to the right. Now down the lane, he got hammered. A 2-arm foul across the face and chest area on Kentucky's Keon Brooks against a driving Anthony Edwards. That'll send the Ant-Man to the foul line.
Yeah, and I'm of the belief that the more he does that, the better off Georgia is. He's good at it. He can beat his guy off the dribble about 99% of the time.
6'5", freshman from Atlanta, Edwards. Ooh, dreadfully short on the foul shot. My goodness. We are not very good at the free throw line tonight. Dogs 4 for 9 so far. Cats 1 for 2. They've yet to make a 3. They're 0 for 4 there. Edwards found the distance on the second attempt, makes 1 out of 2. He's got 6 in the game. We're tied at 19. 8:37 first half. Clock moving here in front of a sellout crowd at Stegman Coliseum. Cats in blue, Dogs in white tonight. Hagans with a little extra hop in his step and the drive to the basket, crossover dribble, got on the left side and laid it up and in. Nice move by the sophomore. 21-19 Kentucky. Rodney Howard is in the ballgame now for the Dogs. A 6'11 freshman from Michigan. Edwards off balance 3, off the rim from the right side, no good. Rebound is loose, chased down by Fagan to the rack, layup good. A little windmill swing around from the right side to keep it away from Maxey, who was right behind him. Fagan gets the bucket. His first points tie it at 21 apiece. Dogs with Edwards and Gresham, Kamara, Howard, and Fagan are 5 on the floor. Hagens through the legs dribble, kills it, and feeds it into the corner along the baseline. Maxey, jump pass to the left wing to Quickly. He gives it to Keon Brooks. He attacks through a double team. No good. Rebound tapped up, controlled under the basket by Donnell Gresham for the Dogs. Give it to Edwards, far sideline, right to left to Fagan through the lane across the foul line. He scores. They blow the whistle and he's fouled. They'll count that basket, give Ty Fagan 2, and send him to the line for 1 after the timeout. Georgia back in front, 23-21 on the Cats with 7:24 to go on the half. Timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you know that 1 in 8 Americans struggle with hunger? Yet more than 40% of the food we produce is thrown out. At Kroger, we know we can do something about this. We're donating more food to local food banks through our partnership with Feeding America. And we're working with World Wildlife Fund to end food waste. But we can't do it alone. And we hope you'll join us in creating a world with zero hunger and zero waste. Visit thekrogerco.com to learn how you can help.
Ah, the sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition too, building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
When is home more than a house? When Georgia fans and friends share the same dip, and there's nowhere else they'd rather watch the game. By creating a home buying experience centered around you, Rocket Mortgage made the complex simple. So enjoy those moments that make your house home. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Push button, get mortgage. Call 800-QUICKEN today or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Well, you know it's a big game when the Georgia timeout huddle gets crowded. Chuck's fighting through TV personnel to get in there and get a word. It's Inside the Huddle, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Chuck, what's going on in that Dogs huddle?
They want to start attacking the glass. Look, when shots aren't falling from the outside, then you want to go to the glass. And right now, that's where Georgia's having most of its success. Not only are they getting to the rim and finishing, but right now getting to the line, too, as Ty Fagan is headed there coming out of this timeout.
Fagan will go to the line for a three-point opportunity. Made the layup, got fouled by Hagens. Cats with 8 fouls here in the half. Georgia with 7.
We're shooting 50% overall, 8 for 16 from the floor, but we're only 2 for 7 from behind the arc. Jump shots aren't falling. You take it inside, you get in there, and then you try to finish and see if you can't get to the line. Draw some fouls. Right now, Kentucky with 8 fouls here in the first half. Now, we got 7, but as you pointed out, they're not deep. We are.
See if that causes some problems as we proceed through the evening. 7:24 to go in the first half. Dogs with a 2-point lead, 23-21. Sellout crowd for this late SEC start tonight. Ty Fagan to the line for the Dogs, 6 of 8 from the stripe this season for the 6'3 sophomore from Logtown, Georgia. Left-handed shooter, free throw is good. Stripped it. And Fagan with the 3-point play gives Georgia a 3-point lead, 24-21. Our big lead has been 5. Kentucky's big lead has been 5. And there's been a lot of back and forth. Hagens with the ball, pulls it away on the right hip, guarded by Edwards. Goes on the wing now. Cats running without the basketball. Maxey dribbles into the paint, slides to a stop. They find a man open on the left wing, and that is Emmanuel Quickly with a 3 to quiet the crowd and tie it at 24. His first points of the ball game. Quickly, 34%. That's his 19th 3 of the year.
That's their first 3 of the game, too.
Edwards, step back 3, left corner, short side iron, bounces up high off the rim. Howard got it back, give it right back to Anthony, this time too far on the other side of the rim. He got 2 cracks at it. He hit the near side and the far side of the iron.
Overcorrected.
I think if he had a third try, he would have hit it dead center.
Hagen's just travel, no call.
24 apiece. Cats with the ball. Hagen steps inside the arc. Line drive long two won't go. One-handed rebound. Edwards falling out of bounds. Saves it into Fagan. Dogs move it up the floor from right to left here at Stegman. Crossover Fagan. Still dribbling slowly with the left hand. Scoops it back to Gresham. Donnell, the senior, the graduate transfer, will dribble to the right wing. Feed Howard. Lob to Kamara. Caught it high. Laid it up and in with his back to the rim. Kamara with 4. Give Howard a little cred for that lob pass on the entry to get it to Kamara. He was one-on-one with his man, and he got position on him. Dogs by 2, 26-24, 5:47 to go, half number 1. Wildcats quickly off the left wing. Switches hands, shoots with the right inside the foul line. Rattles out. We lose the rebound. They get it back quickly. Puts it up with one hand again and misses again. This time Howard gets the miss. Dogs with a rebound. We push it up the floor, up the far sideline. Cats knock it away. We tried to hand it off gently to Edwards, and it was Khalil Whitney in there to knock it out of bounds, and it goes bouncing into the courtside seats in Georgia's front court. It'll be the Dogs' ball there. Cats almost had a steal. Edwards comes out of the ball game. And the Dogs with Severe, Wheeler, Tumani Kamara, Fagan, Howard, and Gresham on the floor.
I think Tom Green just wants to talk to Anthony Edwards. May send him back here momentarily.
We inbound to Severe. Hand off Kamara. Go to Fagan on the right wing. Back to Wheeler. Wheeler with a right-hand dribble around the screen. Gives it back to Gresham. He stops at the foul line with 9 to shoot. Fagan, jab step left, drives right, scoops it up with the left hand, rolls over the iron, no good. Howard got the rebound, knocked out of his hands. Here's Kentucky off and running. Hagen's Euro step to the basket, missed the lay-in. High rebound, pulled out of the air by Gresham. Hagen's is slow to get up on the other end. It's 5-on-4 Dogs. Gresham misses a layup from the left block. And the ball was kind of knocked back in his face on his shot attempt and then hit the out-of-bounds line, baseline left. Touched out, I guess, last by Georgia. It'll be the Cats' ball. We had a numbers advantage but didn't take advantage of it. 26-24, Dogs by 2. Kentucky with the ball. Hagen's into the front court with it. Montgomery top of the key. They go to Tyrese Maxey. He'll shoot in the circle. Missed a 16-footer. Rebound tapped into the corner. Picked up on the bounce by Fagan. Middle of the floor to Wheeler. Long pass. Oh, wow. Kamara made a great catch under the basket. Pass had a little too much juice on it. Kamara made a great catch initially, but couldn't control it and lost it out of bounds. Boy, you really see how long his wingspan is when he stretches those arms out. My goodness.
He gets the things you think he can't get to.
Like that one. I didn't think he was going to get a hand on it, and he did, and he almost corralled it. Instead, it'll be Kentucky's ball. Nate Sestina back into the ball game. 6'9" forward, a graduate transfer from Bucknell. He's playing with 2 fouls. His team down by 2. Cats will have Tyrese Maxey bring it across the timeline, left to right into the front court. 4:20 to go in the game in the first half. It's Georgia by 2. Cats with the ball. Way out front is Quickly, just touching the edge of the logo. Middle of the floor. Harris guarding him for the Dogs. Maxey with it back. Drives on the baseline. Reverse lay-in. Got the spin off the glass, and it goes in good. Tyrese Maxey. Talented move by the McDonald's All-American and Mr. Texas basketball. 26 apiece is our score. 3:50 to go first half. Hammonds with the ball. Crossover. Set shot for 3. He rips it top of the key over Sestina. That's his first 3 of the ball game. He's got 7 points tonight, and Georgia has a 29-26 lead.
I tell you what, when Ray starts that, if he starts knocking down threes like that in this game, he'll be a tough matchup problem for Kentucky.
13th of the year for Hammonds, the junior from Norcross, running across the lane and putting it up with his right hand, going away from the basket is Maxey. That makes it a 29-28 contest. Dogs with a 1-point lead. Maxey showing a variety of his skills tonight as he is wearing white and pink shoes for Big Blue Kentucky. Wheeler works against his defender under the basket, throws it up, straight up and down, and it's going to come down. I think, did Kentucky touch it up?
I think Georgia did. Oh, no, Georgia's ball. Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll have 12 on the shot clock when we come back. We keep the possession after the timeout. 3:03 to go. Officials are going to look at it, however, as we jump into the timeout. Georgia 29, Kentucky 28 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
The following BMW ad is a few years old. A little sibling rivalry is to be expected in the BMW 3 Series. We're running it again because these 3 Series models are now BMW certified. They may have their differences, but they have much more in common than you think. They sure do. Like a sporty chassis, still has that. A 0 to 60 that's as quick as 4.6 seconds. Yeah, what I said. BMW certified. Like new, again.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Rocket Mortgage created a simple home buying experience centered around you so you can focus on watching the game with friends and making your house home. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Let's toss in a Regions recap, and it's brought to you by Regions. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Just visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. It's a 1-point Georgia lead, 29-28. Both teams have had a 5-point lead. That's the largest lead for either side. Leading scores are all in single digits. We got 15 fouls in the ballgame between the two teams, 7 for the Dogs, 8 for the Cats. And Georgia's going to shoot with 8 on the clock. Hammond's on baseline jumper left side for 2, won't go. Rebound to Kentucky. Wildcats with a chance to take the lead if they convert on this possession. Khalil Whitney holds. Not guarded tightly by Kamara. They go to Maxey to his right. Maxey drives down the right sideline to the baseline, curls towards the basket, running one-hander off the rim, no good. Rebound Edwards, who's back in. Long pass up the floor to Wheeler. He attacks despite his stature, and his shot is rejected out of bounds by Kentucky.
Well, we had 3-on-2. We should have been able to capitalize, but they knocked it. Got quick hands, got it knocked out of bounds.
Wheeler throws it into Hammonds, and then Xavier curls around. His teammate takes a handoff from Rayshawn. Dogs work it around the perimeter. Wheeler with the ball between the circles. Trots to his right, gives it back to Kamara. Left-hand dribble behind the back in the paint. Kick out Hammonds. 3 ball on the way. Won't go. Rebound. Kamara fights for it. Bounces high off the floor. Loose ball and a foul on Kentucky. That's going to be on Whitney, Chuck. That's his second, and that's the first foul in a while that had been called. Once we got the combined 15, then it kind of went silent for a little bit.
Yeah,
we've hit 2:09 to go in the half.
It's like they'd hit their first half quota, the guys in the striped shirts, you know.
Cats have 3 players with 2 fouls, and again, not a deep bench. Wheeler at the free throw line. Front end. The 1-and-1 is good for Xavier, who has 3 in the contest tonight. He's 3 for 4 from the line. Is yet to score from the field. He's 0 for 3 there. Second free throw, rattles in there and stays home. Wheeler 4 for 5 from the stripe. Has put the Dogs up by 3 again, 31-28. 2:05 to go in the half. Hagens with the ball, lobs it into the corner, a high pass brought down by Quickly. He drives across the foul line. We bump. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Just a little casual bump by Hammonds, who picked up his second right there.
Wow. That is, if you look up bad officiating in the dictionary, there'll be a picture of that call.
That was not a money's worth call. Tom Crean's discussing that with one of the officials. Not the one who made that call, but the one closest to him. And it puts Kentucky on the line for a 1-1.
I had to get Ray out of the game.
Quickly at the line, 96% free throw shooter, and he misses. It rolls off the front of the rim. He'd only missed 2 all year and had made 24 straight, and then he missed it. He was 9 for 9 in a win over Missouri on Saturday. Not going to be that here tonight. He missed the front end of the 1-1. The Dogs have the ball and a 3-point lead. 1:52 to go. Half number 1. Christian Brown scoops it to Edwards on the left wing to Harris. He goes back to the left side. Looks inside. Nowhere to go with it there. Keep it out on the perimeter. Wheeler's got it. Through the lane. Jump pass out to Harris. They foul him, but no call. He attacks inside. They foul him again. No call. Ball up and down. Never touched the iron. Only 4 to shoot. Brown will take care of business with a flying one-handed jam. Oh, my goodness. Harris got him the ball, and Christian just highlighted the place.
So, how did he see him coming? I thought he was looking to go back up.
Wow. 33-28. Dogs get a steal. 2-on-1. Kamara to Brown. A driving lane. Good. Around the rim. Count it, and a foul. He's going to go to the line.
What a terrific play by Christian Brown.
.68 seconds to go in the half. The roof is about to come off the place. 35-28. We still got another half to go. Christian Brown will go to the line. He'll get a little quiet for the free throw in the air. Missed it off the right side. Rebound comes down to Kentucky. We couldn't convert the three-point play. 103-102. Minute to play in the half. Dogs have a 7-point lead, largest to the half by either side. Kamara almost got another deflection on the near sideline to Maxey. Quickly has it between the circles, goes to Maxey, jab step right. He plays a little catch out on the perimeter, 9 to shoot. Maxey looks left, goes that direction to Quickly. Montgomery has it inside the arc, right side, 18-footer won't go. Harris the rebound for the Dogs. 37 seconds to go first half. Georgia with a 7-point lead in the ball. 8 seconds difference, shot clock and game clock. Tom Crean's out of the coaching box, almost a half court, telling his guys what to do. You better look out, Tom. The officials will give you, he's got a toe on the half court line.
Well, he's out there on the floor. That's
Wheeler with 6 on the clock. Oh, to Edwards, two-handed, high flying above the rim. Jamaroo. Wow. 6 seconds to go. We got to play defense. 37-28. Oh, a leaning jump shot by Hagens at the end of the half. Goes from the top of the circle. My goodness gracious. What did Edwards do on the other end of the floor down there?
What a gorgeous, that was a beautiful pass, though. Severe saw him cutting down the baseline. Fed him beautifully.
Well, we had an 8-point lead for about 4 seconds.
I'm sorry I said Severe. I think that was Jordan. I think that was Jordan that fed him.
Hagens got a last-second shot, more or less, and finished it off. But Georgia leads at the half, 37-31. Here's a little side note. Kentucky 0-3 when trailing at the half this year.
I'll take that. Let's keep it that way.
Dogs by 6 as we go into the locker room. What a half. That was quite entertaining. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime report. Georgia Power brings you the energy for every game day and to your community too. Visit georgiapower.com/community to learn more. Trevor Williams going to bring you some Georgia Power energy from our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He's next here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
In your heart, you know it's time to get your hip repaired. You need knee surgery, but don't want it to be too invasive. You're looking for a new approach to the arthritis pain you've had for so long. At Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, we're dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility, which is why we offer personalized care from elite joint and arthritis doctors who place an emphasis on rapid recovery that can have you home within hours of surgery. Learn more at northside.com/orthopedic. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Recover better with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Show. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs.
Bulldogs leading at the half, 37-31 over Kentucky. Trevor Williams with you in the studios. And before we go further here on the Georgia Power Halftime Report, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Bulldog Basketball on the Georgia Bulldog Sports Network. So a 6-point lead at the break for the Bulldogs over the Kentucky Wildcats. Let's take our look around the SEC tonight, as there's a lot of good action in conference, as well as the top 25 coming up a little bit later on in our halftime report. A couple games already gone final tonight in the SEC. Florida ventured to South Carolina. It was the Gators with an 81-68 win. So Florida now 2-0 in SEC play, 10-4 on the year, while South Carolina drops its season opener. Andrew Nemard with 21 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists in the win for the Gators. Tennessee knocked off Missouri on the road 69-59. Jordan Bowden scored 14 points to lead that Vol offense over the Tigers by 10. Also at the half along with us tonight, Ole Miss, a 29-19 advantage on the road against Texas A&M. They are clamping down on the Aggies, and Breon Tyree has 21 of the 29 for the Rebels in half number 1, as they do lead Texas A&M in College Station by 10, 29-19. We'll take a timeout in the Georgia Power Halftime Report, come back and tell you about the top 25 as the Bulldogs lead Kentucky tonight 37-31 on the Bulldog Sports Network.
When is home more than a house? When Georgia fans and friends share the same dip, and there's nowhere else they'd rather watch the game. By creating a home buying experience centered around you, Rocket Mortgage made the complex simple. So enjoy those moments that make your house home. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. Push button, get mortgage. Call 800-QUICKEN today or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Hey Bulldog fans! Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition, too. Building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Hey, Bench, what are you doing?
I'm rubbing my Blue Emu on.
Were you ready to go fishing?
Fishing?
You said we were going fishing this morning.
I have 10 Gold Glove awards.
Here we go again.
Johnny Bench doesn't go fishing.
Yeah, I know.
Johnny Bench goes catching. Blue Emu supports healthy muscles and joints. Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink. Available at nationwide retailers and Amazon.
Trevor Williams with you at the break on the Georgia Power Halftime Report inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios as Georgia leads Kentucky 37-31 in Athens tonight. Let's take a look around the top 25 here quickly on the Halftime Report. There's a couple other games at break along with us. Fourth-ranked Baylor at number 22 Texas Tech from the Lone Star State. That's being played in Lubbock tonight. Low-scoring first half, but the Bears, they have a 3-point lead on the road against the Red Raiders. 21-18. Mark Vitale in that ballgame, 4 points, 9 rebounds already for Baylor, and their 3-point lead 20 minutes in. 16th ranked Villanova, they're also at the half on the road against Creighton and trailing in Omaha to the Blue Jays 33-25 at the break. Finals from earlier tonight, 12th ranked Maryland defended its home court against number 11 Ohio State, winning 67-55. 18th ranked Virginia shocked on the road 60-53 by Boston College. Rutgers also a top 25 win over number 20 Penn State 72-61 at home, and 13th ranked Louisville took down Miami 74-58. It's Georgia leading 37-31 over 14th ranked Kentucky in ours. We'll be back out to Athens next as the Georgia Power Halftime Report continues on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Here's the thing. Saving money with Geico is almost better than playing pickup basketball. Because there's always that guy who joins your game. He never passes the rock, he constantly bricks threes, and he'll completely hack you and then put his hands up and say, "No foul, no foul." With Geico, it's easy to switch and save on car insurance. No need to fake an ankle sprain because you're absolutely exhausted. So switch and save with Geico. It's almost better than sports.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is, you're one step closer to becoming your parents. You'll proudly mow the lawn. Ask if anybody noticed you mowed the lawn. Tell people to stay off the lawn. Compare it to your neighbor's lawn. And complain about having to mow the lawn again. Good news is, it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance, which, of course, will go right into the lawn. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Hey, Bulldog fans. It's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes. Earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
Halftime at Stegman Coliseum. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, Tony Schiavone back here inside Georgia's home court. Trevor Williams is in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. And the Dogs have a 6-point lead over number 14 Kentucky at intermission, 37-31. Let's tell you a little bit about the first half as we take a look at the first half stats brought to you by Northside Hospital, proudly welcoming the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care. With more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals, your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. Dogs shot 43% in the first half, 13 of 30. We were 3 of 11 on threes, 8 of 14 from the foul line. Kentucky's numbers, 42%, 14 of 33 from the floor, 2 for 6 on threes, and 1 of 3 at the free throw line. Dogs with a +7 edge on the glass, Chuck. 24-17 out rebounding. Kentucky,
that's amazing.
One of the better rebounding teams around.
Well, they're big. I mean, they should be. But I think you were telling me that when they've lost this year, all 3 games they've been out rebounded.
Well, they've only been out rebounded once. When they trail at the half.
Yeah,
those are the 3 games that they've lost, and they trail at the half here. Leading scorer in the game, Anthony Edwards for Georgia with 8. 2 guys with 8 for Kentucky. Ashton Hagans, who hit a 3 there at the end of the first half, and then Tyrese Maxey. 37-31 is our score. Dogs by 6. Second half is on the way from Stegman right after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
We're getting you in the zone. Brought to you by AutoZone.
Stolen by Edwards. Shoot to Timmons. Oh, left-handed jam.
Need to get the job done fast? AutoZone can help. Visit AutoZone.com and start the job with free next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The second half is coming up next. This is Bulldogs basketball on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SEC basketball is back on SiriusXM. We've got 24/7 talk and analysis on SiriusXM SEC Radio from hosts like me, Chris Childers, Peter Burns, Pat Bradley, and more, as well as live play-by-play. Listen to your favorite team live for $4 per month as long as you're a student. Subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Hoops.
Everyone knows the star players on the court, but what about the ones off the court? Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies are calling the shots. They can lend a hand all on their own, whether you're in game day traffic or pivoting into those tight arena parking spots. And when the opposing team's fans suddenly break in front of you, it can even help you stop, so you can keep cheering come game time. Nissan Intelligent Mobility, it's a game changer.
Get to Nissan, a proud partner of the UGA Bulldogs.
Please see owner's manual for important feature information.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Dealing with battery problems? America's #1 battery destination is here to help. At AutoZone, we've got the free services to help you start even stronger in those colder temperatures, like our free battery testing and battery charging. If you're having starting troubles, come into AutoZone. We'll test and charge your battery for free so you can drive with peace of mind in the wintertime. Getting the job done just got easier. Visit your nearest AutoZone today to learn more. Based on data from the NPD Group Incorporated, Car Care Track 12 months ending December 2018.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See subway.com/delivers for details.
(37-31) is our score as we get set to tip off or begin the second half. They won't actually tip off. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, but Georgia's got the ball to start this second half, and you know what?
We won the opening toss. Is that right?
It was it's like
let's get it on.
We deferred it. Yeah, but no, and this is what you got to do now. We're a young team. We got to know we got a 6-point lead here, but we finished strong. We need to start strong. Come out of that locker room now with the intent of putting more space between you and these guys in blue. Because let me tell you something. You know darn well if you let these guys hang around, they'll figure out a way to get it done.
Yes, they will. That's why that into the half three is kind of frustrating by Hagans. Georgia just had that huge play and had 6 seconds to play defense, and we didn't quite step up to the plate well enough. Hagan's got a leaning three right at the top of the key to end the first half. But Georgia with the ball to start the second half. Dogs will work from left to right from our vantage point. Here's Hammonds down the lane, scoops it up with the left hand. They foul. That's on Tyrese Maxey, and Nate Sestina thought it was on him initially.
Ray is so good at that when he gets inside of finding an alley or a little lane where he can get a little scoop shot up, and that almost fell.
Put him on the line for 2 shots here. Free throw, good. Hammonds now with 8. Matches Edwards for Georgia's high scorer of the ball game. 12 seconds into the second half, and Hammonds will get another free throw. 65% on the year is Ray coming into the game. And that free throw will bounce and roll in there good. Just popped right over the front rim.
Listen, we were only 57% at the line in the first half. We're 100% so far this half.
I like that. Dogs by 8, 39-31. Cats first possession of the second half. Maxey in his pink bottom shoes guarded by Gresham on the left side.
We got to stay aggressive on the boards.
They get it inside to Sestina. Spin move. Little baby hook shot over Hammonds, won't go. Hit the back of the rim, and the rebound on a shot right back to Tyree Crump for the Dogs. Georgia works in the front court to our right. Here's Edwards, left-hand dribble into the paint, lobs it into the corner to Gresham. He doesn't have a three. Hagan's got right on top of him, and he stepped on the sideline.
He was forced out.
Dogs turn it over. The defense was tight on that far side of the floor. Mistake by the Dogs with an 8-point lead, 39-31. 19-10 remaining in the ballgame. Long way to go here, and a lot of action remaining. Cats with the basketball. They get it into Big Richards on the block. We double team him. Send him out into the corner. Passes it to Hagans. He explodes off the wing in the lane and layup good, stretching that right arm all the way to the rim. Crump, three, right side, off the far side of the iron, no good. Rebound tapped up and controlled by Kentucky. Cats trail by 6. Hagans misses the three. Big Richards with the rebound. Air balls to putback. Fight for the rebound. He gets it again. Stripped out of bounds. Rolls out. Touched out by Georgia, says the official.
Wow.
Crowd on that end of the floor didn't like the call. 39-33. A lot of action here in the first 90 seconds of the second half. Cats are going to keep the possession. 15 on the shot clock. Get it around to Hagans, top of the key. Maxey, left-hand dribble drive down the lane, puts it in the air. Oh, they call a foul on the Dogs. And they got Anthony Edwards. That's number 2 on the freshman. And that's going to put Maxey at the free throw line. 84% foul shooter. Crowd didn't like the replay that they saw. Yeah, they didn't like the initial call, and then they got a second look at it and didn't like that one either. Kentucky, very good foul shooting team, free throw up and in. In fact, they lead the conference 80% as a team. So we certainly don't want this to end up as a free throw shooting contest as Maxey sinks a pair. 39-35. 4 straight for the Cats to trim a 9-point Georgia lead back to 4. Well, we got it up to 8 here in the half. It wasn't 9. Edwards has the ball over to Crump for a deep 3. No good. Hit the rim, and it got out of bounds before Kamara could chase it down.
Well, Tyree had a good look, just couldn't get it to drop.
Crump 1 for 5 from the floor, 1 for 4 on threes tonight. Crump might be in a bit of a slump, 0 for 2 in Memphis on Saturday, but he didn't take a 3. Sestina will take a 3 and strip it. That's good. And now it's a 1-point game. First points for the big graduate transfer from Bucknell, Nate Sestina. That's his 9th 3 of the year. He's a 35% shooter, but he looked much better than that on that shot. When you don't defend him, I guess you always look a lot better because we had nobody on him. Edwards behind the screen, straight away 3. Good! Edwards strips a 3. 42-38 Dogs. That 3-pointer brought to you by Scana Energy.
We may need to ride the Ant-Man here in the second half.
Let's do it. Don't be ashamed. 42-38. Cats down 4. They've got the ball. 17-10 to play. Quickly. Going to go to his right by Edwards all the way down the lane and to the backboard. Layup good. Went quickly that time, and Anthony was kind of caught watching him on defense. 42-40 Dogs by 2. Foul way out on the perimeter.
I got to tell you something. That wasn't a foul either. That guy's got no clue. I'm not sure who that
He's got a whistle,
is.
though.
Yeah, somehow or another, he found one.
That's 2 on Hagens. 42-40 Dogs by 2. We led a few moments ago by 8 in this half. Edwards has it back now. Edwards gives it to Rayshawn. Foul line extended right. Back to Edwards.
There's a mismatch.
Ant-Man dribbles. Step back. 2, 3. Good! That was a step back 3.
I told you that was a mismatch. That guy had no business. He switched and ended up with Anthony Edwards. He didn't want any part of Anthony.
And it ended up being a Scana Energy 3-pointer for the Ant-Man. It's a 5-point Georgia lead, 45-40. Edwards playing with a big smile on his face. They feed it into Edwards. We go for the double team. Kamara reaches in, tried to grab the ball. Richards was holding it up high. We got arm instead, and Tumani whistled for the foul. Edwards now with 14 points for the Dogs, the only Georgia player in double figures. Cats have 2 with 10, Hagens and Maxey. They've got the ball, 16-20 to go in the game, 45-40, Dogs lead. Maxey lobs it to Edwards, catches it in the paint, comes down, goes back up, and dunks it. Richards. We've kept him from doing that for the most part tonight. He's got a bunch of dunks, closing in on 30 dunks of the year. Edwards along the baseline throws it out for help. There's nobody back there where he threw it. We turned it over. And that'll get us into the first media timeout of the second half with Georgia leading 45-42 over Kentucky. 15:59 to play. Back to Athens after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Infrastructure. Have you really stopped to think about what that means to you? Airports, hospitals, education, and economic centers, all built to elevate our lives. But who builds them? The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613, believes we should be those people. It's why we train 5 years in the heat, the cold, day or night, rain or shine. We create a better life for everyone. IBEW Local 613. Everyday people committed to building an extraordinary world.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of UGA football, and every Dogs fan deserves to save money. Get fired up about our low natural gas rates and switch to Scana Energy by calling 877-GO-SCANA or visiting scanaenergy.com. Between the hedges and beyond, Scana Energy is a winning play. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to start saving on your natural gas today.
.45-42 is our score. Georgia leading Kentucky. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. For every 3-point shot made by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. And tonight the Dogs are 5 for 15 on three-pointers. Anthony Edwards has the bulk of ours. He's 3 for 6. Crump has 1 in 4 attempts. Hammonds has 1 in 4 attempts. .59 remaining in the ball game.
They've closed the gap a little bit on the rebounding. We're just up 4 now. We were up 7 at intermission.
Well, they've got their bigs back on the floor. Yep. Sestina and Richards, who both had a little bit of foul trouble in the first half, have not added to that, although Sestina, correction on that, he's picked up his third here in the half. Three-point Georgia lead out of the timeout. We'll come back with Hammonds and Edwards, Kamara, Gresham, and Crump. Cats with Sestina and Quickly, Hagans, Maxey, and Richards. It'll be Kentucky's ball. Nate Sestina, 6'9", 234 from Emporium, Pennsylvania. Inbounds it to Hagans in the backcourt. And quickly they'll set up their offense on the other side of the floor. Out of the right corner, Hagans dribbles under the basket along the baseline. Up the wing to Quickly on the left side. And offensive foul, Kentucky. And that's on Big Richards down there as he was trying to bull Tumani Kamara out of the way down on the block. That's his third foul.
Who is that official?
That is Todd Austin, I believe.
Wow. just curious.
He's worked. This is his third game working for Georgia. Well, not for us, but working one of our games. Need to be careful what I say. There's Hammonds on the block, and there's a foul on E.J. Montgomery as Rayshon kind of went low, tried to twist around, and Montgomery committed the foul, the 6'10 sophomore from Fort Pierce, Florida. Now he comes out of the ball game. And I believe that's only his first. And that's correct. Not a shooting situation, but the Dogs keep the possession. Leading by 3, 45-42. Will inbound front court, left baseline. Feed it in on a bounce under the basket. The ball was kicked by Kentucky. We'll try it again. We had Kamara breaking down the lane. And Hammonds tried to get him the basketball, and Sestina kicked it.
And no time off the clock either.
And now the officials are going to have a word with one another before we resume play.
Quick. Are you saying down?
Yeah, now one official's going to... He's going to talk to one of the timekeepers.
Yeah, because no time came off the clock, and at least you would think a fraction of a second, but nope.
Shot clock remains at 20, 15:30 on the game clock. Hammonds looking to throw it in, gets it into Edwards. Has to make the catch on 1 foot to maintain his balance over there. Hammonds bumped, lost the ball straight up in the air, got it back. Top of the key, fires hard, right side. Kamara for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Georgia. Put back won't go by Edwards. Sestina takes away the rebound there. Everybody reaching up high for it. Cats win the battle. Hagans to Sestina. 3 right of the circle. Bricked. Crump got the rebound on the bounce off the backboard. Edwards straight away 3 on the other end. Off the rim, no good. Tap up by Kamara won't go. Tap up again. Rebound controlled by Kentucky. Cats right to left, push it up the floor. They run it inside to Edwards, and he scores on a lay-in. What's the call? Basket is good for Edwards. Trying to get a clarification on the call. I got Georgia Tech. Kentucky wanted to substitute. So I guess that was the whistle. They stopped the clock after the basket was made. 45-44, Georgia by a point. And the Dogs have the ball. Wheeler kills the dribble, feeds it into Edwards, top of the key. Backdoor feed to Harris, one-handed jam. They fouled him. It looked like late, but Harris got the jam with the one hand and no whistle. We'll take the points and go play some defense. Harris, second basket of the ballgame, 47-44. He sneaked in there along the baseline, and Edwards with a nice feed to the senior. The end result was 2 points. Kentucky drives quickly, running floater, long strides down the lane. The shot is no good. Cats with an offensive rebound. Hagens over to Montgomery. They feed it into the corner to Quickly. Steps inside the arc. Long two, won't go. Rebound Hammonds. Grabs it with the right hand and slaps it into the palm of his left hand.
Ray mistimed his jump, but the ball still found him.
47-44, Dogs with a 3-point lead. They're led by as much as 9 very briefly late in the first half. Edwards, spin move down the lane, spin off the glass, good. Cats tried to draw contact foul from Tyrese Maxey. He flopped as soon as Edwards was spinning. There was no whistle there. Edwards now with a cool 16 points. It's 49-44 Dogs. Offensive foul by Kentucky. Tried to set a screen, I think. Yeah, I got screened out a little bit. The ball went in deep into the right corner.
They called a blocking foul, so it wasn't setting that screen.
That was on E.J. Montgomery. He's got 2 here in the second half. Dogs with a 5-point lead, 49-44. We get the ball back. Christian Brown into the game. Edwards, Harris, Hammonds, and Wheeler are 5 on the floor. Anthony dribbles slow across the top of the key to Sevier. Through the legs, back to Ant-Man. Off the curl, the 3-ball won't go. Couldn't find the range there. Rebound in the right corner, Ashton Hagens. Christian Brown trying to chase him down from behind. Hagens quickly into the front court. Oh, it looked like they traveled. There was no whistle there. Official shaking his head. Down the lane is Maxey on an angle. He beat his man, got the ball up and in around the rim good. Maxey with a dozen points. 49-46. Georgia with a 3-point lead in the ball. Ty Fagan going to check in and come in at the next dead ball. 12:40 to go in the game. Wheeler. Some fancy dribbling in the corner, trying to go by Sestina along the baseline and threw it away. Tried to go to Harris deep in the corner. It was picked off in front of Harris by Quickly. Cats with a takeaway, down 3. 12:25, 12:24. Noise has been constant here at Stegman tonight in the sellout crowd. Maxey jumped in the air, pulled it down from the 3, passed it off to Hagens on the wing. They go inside to Richards. We pick his pocket. The little fella stole it away because Richards pulled it down around his waist. And now they pick his pocket. Kentucky takes it away, and they go right to left with Quickly. He beats our defense and lays it up and in. He's got 7. It's a 1-point Georgia lead, 49-48. We stole, then they scored. Now we've got the ball back. Try to answer with 11:50 to play.
This crowd trying to lift these Dogs.
This is a long stretch without a break. Some of our guys are a little winded. Harris spins from the right side, left side of the lane, scoop shot up and in.
Beautiful play.
Jordan Harris with another acrobatic type move. He's got 6. It's a 3-point lead for the Dogs, 51-48. Kentucky has the possession. They fire to Maxey on the wing. Give it back to Hagens now, top of the key. Jordan Harris guarding. Feed it into Sestina. Mismatch with Harris. He missed the lay-in. Got his own rebound. Missed the putback. And then I think Richards tapped up the third miss.
I think you're right. They haven't given it to him yet, but I think that's who it was.
I believe he was in the vicinity, certainly. Tom Crean was saying, I think the ball was around the cylinder on the tap end. There was
That's who it was.
No whistle there. 51-50. Dogs by a point. They did give it to Richards. And Georgia has the possession and a 1-point lead. We're under 11 minutes to go. Wheeler explodes, draws some defense in the restricted area under the basket, and there's a foul on Kentucky. Foul is on Hagens, I believe, his 3rd, if that's the correct call.
Yep, and that would be their 6th.
Timeout with 10:52 to play. 51-50. This place is insane on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Ah, the sweet sound of the chapel bell. A time-honored tradition at UGA signifying everything from acing a test to a big Bulldog win. At Ford Motor Company, we have our own tradition, too. Building the best-selling trucks in America, Ford F-Series, 42 years straight. F-150 is built to work smart and play hard. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers on F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The following BMW ad is a few years old. A little sibling rivalry is to be expected in the BMW 3 Series. We're running it again because these 3 Series models are now BMW certified. They may have their differences, but they have much more in common than you think. They sure do. Like a sporty chassis, still has that. A 0 to 60 that's as quick as 4.6 seconds. Yeah, what I said. BMW certified. Like new, again.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
Hey, Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, you need to head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's-eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub's the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
And now, Scott, they've got both Richards and Higgins with 3 fouls. We don't have anybody with 3 at this point.
Richards with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Their big guy, but 3 turnovers, and as Chuck pointed out, 3 fouls in the ball game. He had a sizable game in their win over Missouri on Saturday. Had a double-double, his 6th of the year, 21 points and 12 rebounds. He also had 4 blocks, but fouled out of the game. But not before he had done a lot of damage.
Well, they've got him off the floor now.
Yeah, they're going to try to save him for the stretch run, certainly. Severe Wheeler at the free throw line for the Dogs. Free throw number 1 by the left-hander from Houston is all net. Good. Wheeler, with 5 points, all of them from the foul line tonight.
We got a small sample from Kentucky at the line this game, but we're out shooting them at the line percentage-wise, believe it or not.
Well, the way we started, I didn't think that would be possible. Second free throw is up and in. Good.
Well, and both of them just ripped the net, too.
Wheeler with 6. He's 6 of 7 from the free throw line tonight. Started the game at 57% from the foul line. 53-50, Georgia by 3. Cats with the ball. Keon Brooks is back in the ball game. Almost turned it over. Oh, they called a foul.
I'll tell you what, that guy.
That's a different one.
Oh, is that a different?
Yeah, they got Jordan Harris with the foul. That was a different guy blowing the whistle that time.
Oh, thank goodness.
He's got bigger arms than the other dude. In their skin-tight shirts. Ooh. Cats with 10:33 to play. They trail by 3. Higgins has got it. Drives on the dribble. Runs into Harris, who knocked the ball out of his hands. It's loose on the floor. We dive with Brown. They dive with Sestina. The whistle blows. They call a tie-up, jump ball. Cats, I believe, had the arrow, if that was the case. I don't think they whistled a foul on anybody, or no one was out of bounds. It was right on that far sideline.
If it's their ball, they got 7 seconds.
It is their ball, and they do have 7 seconds. And it will be Keon Brooks to inbound, the freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. John Calipari is screaming and ranting, and one of the assistant coaches is saying something to the scorer's table. He was disagreeing with what the public address announcer had said, and then he corrected himself. Cats inbound with 5. Higgins down the lane. No, that is Maxey, excuse me. And a foul on Georgia. Cats got what they wanted. They got a foul on Christian Brown. And that will send Maxey to the free throw line. 2 shots coming for the 84% foul shooter from Garland, Texas. Right-handed release, free throw, rattles out and off. No good. Maxey's got a dozen. Trying to get a baker's dozen here with another free throw. It's a 3-point Georgia lead.
This guy's put up 41 this season, so, oh my God.
He missed a pair. Oh, we almost lost the rebound. Harris had it in the air, and then he was coming down to the floor, juggling the ball, but he saves it on the end line. Dogs with the possession and a 3-point lead. Hope to add to it here. Harris holds on the far side of the floor, calls for Rodney Howard to set a screen. He does. Defense moves with Harris and the ball to Brown, to Howard. Lost it off his hands. Wheeler bails him out. We've got 7 to shoot. Fagan's got it. Drives off the wing to Harris. Clear the way.
Wow.
2-handed slam dunk. Jordan Harris.
What a gorgeous play by Ty Fagan. And then Severe. Oh, I'm telling you right now, when Georgia cuts to the basket, they are so effective.
Great things can happen. Oh, steal on the near sideline to Harris. He throws it up ahead to Wheeler. Kentucky steals it right back. They've got numbers. Maxey with a 3, unguarded on the left wing. Wow, that kind of blew up in her face. We had a terrific play on the wing, then turned it back over, and then they got a 3 on the other end. It's 55-53. Dogs by 2.
Oh, my gosh.
Wheeler over 4 Kentucky defenders. Hooked it up and in from the left side. Got it to kids off the block.
He pushed it through 2 defenders, went around them, got it, and then flipped it up.
57-53 Dogs. Cats with the ball. Maxey runs through traffic. Lost the ball. We jump high in the air and pluck it out of there with Jordan Harris. Wheeler's got it into the front court. Over to Christian Brown for 3. No good. He was unguarded. Rebound Cats. Kentucky up the floor right to left quickly. They get it to Sestina. He lays it up and in after a touch pass from Maxey. We bump and foul him. They'll count the bucket and send him to the free throw line. 57-55. Action fast and furious. 2-point game with Sestina going to the line to try to make it a 1-point game. Was that foul on Fagan? I think it was. His first. And Sestina to the free throw line. 91% foul shooter. 21 of 23. Was perfect at Missouri on Saturday. 4 for 4. And he misses. Boy, they've had some misses tonight for an 80% free throw shooting team leading the SEC. They've missed some free throws. Dogs' lead is still 2. That was Sestina's first opportunity of the night, and he clunked it. Fagan's got the ball out front for Georgia. Hands it off to Severe Wheeler, far side of the floor on the wing. Hammond's back in for a screen. 3-pointer by Wheeler. He bricked it. Rebound to Sestina. Gives it to Hagans down the middle of the floor, right to left. Kick out into the right corner to Maxey. And they got it to Quickly, I think, for a 3, and he stroked it. That was good. Quickly now in double digits with 10, and a timeout is called with 8:04 to go. Kentucky has taken the lead, 58-57. Timeout in Athens. Dogs down by a point now. We're back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit Piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare. More ways to better.
Season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go Dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit Regions.com/Go Dogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
58-57, Kentucky is taking a 1-point lead over Georgia. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit bmwatl.com for great offers. Cats have scored 8 of the last 10 points in the ballgame to take that 1-point lead.
Yeah, we've been a little careless with the basketball. They've got 18 points off of our turnovers. We have 11 points off of their turnovers, so they're plus 7 on us there. And right now with that 1-point lead on the scoreboard, but we're getting Ray Hammonds back out there on the floor. Let's see, we got Severe, we got Ty, Donnell, and Tamani out there.
8:04 to play. We're going to have another timeout at the next dead ball. That was the first called timeout of the second half. So we'll see how long this next stretch will be before we have another timeout. 58-57. As Kentucky has grabbed the lead for, I believe, the first time in this half.
No, you're right. That's their first lead in this half.
And that may be their first lead since going way back in the first half. Georgia led by 6 at intermission. Looking to regain the lead on this possession. Gresham hustles back to take the ball from Wheeler. One-handed pass into the corner. Rayshawn Hammonds drives baseline, flips it up high off the iron. No good. Rebound Hammonds. His putback won't go. He got his own miss, but couldn't score a second time. Cats with the ball and a 1-point lead. Maxey by the defense. They whistle a foul. A windmill lay-in is good. I think they're going to give him the continuation. They will. They count the basket, and that'll send the Cats to the free throw line as well. And we'll jump back into a timeout with 7:40 to go in the ballgame. Kentucky extending its lead to 3, 60-57. Back after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hey, Bulldog fans! Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
Hey, Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
College basketball's back on Sirius XM. You've got 24/7 talk and analysis as well as live play-by-play on SEC Radio. Learn more at SiriusXM.com/collegehoops. Cats have outscored the Dogs by 9 here in the second half, and they lead by 3, 60-57. Kentucky will be at the foul line when TV turns us loose here. Cats tonight have not lived up to their billing at the free throw line. Just 3 of 8 for the game, 37.5%. 3 of 8 for the number 1 free throw shooting team in the league.
And they've passed us on the board. We were eating their lunch on the boards, and now they've passed us 31-30 in rebounds.
Maxey for a free throw, missed it. Couldn't convert the three-point play. That's their 6th miss at the line tonight. 60-57 is our score. Dogs trail now by 3. We've got Hammonds and Kamara, Crump, Gresham, and Edwards on the floor. Crump and Gresham play out front above the arc. Now it's Hammonds that holds on the far side.
Look at him holding Anthony Edwards.
8 seconds. Rayshawn long 3, no good. Rebound on the baseline. Kentucky. Long pass into the front court. Touch pass into the lane. Richards lay in. Good. Whistle and a foul. And here they go. Count the basket for Richards. He's got a dozen now.
If you're going to let him hold a guy, and there's not going to be a whistle on it, then we might as well back the bus up now.
Well, in their case, 2 buses. 62-57. Hammonds comes out of the ball game after committing his 4th foul. And Nick Richards to the free throw line. 6'11" junior from Jamaica, 73% foul shooter. And that one rattles out and then falls back in. So his 3-point opportunity is good. He's got 13. They've got 4 guys in double figures, and they add to their lead, largest of the game, 63-57. Less than 7 minutes to play. Dogs can't hit a lull here. We've come too far. Edwards off the wing, down the lane. Bounce pass into the corner to Crump. Back to Anthony. He's double teamed. 8 seconds to go. Harris steps in for a 2 and drains it. Left edge of the circle from about 18.5 feet. Jordan Harris in double figures with 10, and it's 63-59 rather. 63-59. We trail 4 with 6.5 minutes to go.
Well, they have had 3 straight possessions of scoring. This would be a good time for a stop.
Agreed. Quickly fakes the drive. Crump guards. Keeps the ball out of the wing. 9 seconds to go. Maxey's got it now. Gets a head start. Tries to go by Kamara. Spins at the foul line. Fadeaway 2. He shoots. Front of the rim. No good. Rebound Crump. Dogs with numbers. 3-on-1. Crump down the lane. Layup. Good. Tyree kept it all the way. Kentucky thought he was going to pass it. He just kept it and scored.
Because it was Anthony Edwards on the other side. That's why. They thought he was going to alley-oop to him.
63-61. It's a 2-point game. Stegman Coliseum gets on its feet. 5:44 to go in the game. Hagens has got the ball with a little hop on the dribble. They feed it inside to Richards. Jumps high in the air. Bullet pass intercepted by Harris. 1-on-1 with Hagens. Jordan to the rack. They foul him, but there was no call. They strip him out of bounds. It'll be Dogs' ball. There was contact by
How
Hagens.
can you not call
when
that?
Harris was driving down the lane, there was no whistle. But the ball touched out last by Kentucky, and the Dogs will have it. 26 seconds on the possession clock. 5:32, in fact, to play in the ball game. 63-61, Cats by 2. Sestina back in for Montgomery for Kentucky. They exchange size for size. 6'9" comes in, 6'10" goes out. Donnell Gresham inbounds, far corner to Kamara. Dogs working around to Crump. He walks it slowly towards the middle of the floor. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Tyree backs up. Double screens out front. He moves right behind Kamara. Launches a 3. Front of the rim. No good. Rebound. Kentucky going to get it. Kamara was in there battling for it, but Cats had 2 or 3 blue shirts to block him out. Kentucky by 2. They've got the ball as we approach 5 minutes to go in the game. This has been a good one tonight in the SEC opener for Georgia. They've won 12 in a row in the series. Dogs trying to end that long skid. But it's going to be a fight to the finish. Cats with the ball. Floater on the baseline with 7 on the clock. Won't go. Rebound tapped up. Oh, Kentucky got the tap. Sestina rebounded it. They get it back to Maxey. Blocked on a windmill reverse lay-in. Won't go. Saves it from out of bounds. Cats still have it. 12 on the clock. Hagens runs through our guy. Oh, they called a block on the Dogs. My goodness gracious. Donnell Gresham called for a block foul. Holy smokes. Cats at the line. Hagens going to get 2. Clock stopped with 4:40 to go. 63-61 Kentucky. Hagens at the line. Right-handed foul shot. No good. They miss another one. Kamara gets the rebound. Drops it off to Edwards. Anthony with a slow dribble in the backcourt. Walks it across the timeline right now. Feeds it on a bounce to Harris to his left. Jordan, the senior, moves to his left on the wing. Gives it back to Edwards. 12 seconds to go. Anthony one-on-one. Fade away 2. No good. Rattles off the rim. Rebound. Ooh! I thought Sestina may have touched it out. They're going to give it to the guys in blue. There were 2 or 3 guys, arms in the air, battling for that rebound. And it's going to go Kentucky's way. They have the possession and a 2-point lead. 4:16 to play here in Athens tonight. Need some noise in the building. About half and half, crowd on its feet. Going to be that way the rest of the game. And there's only 4 minutes to play. Hagens needs some help on the wing. Sestina on the block, cross court, right side, long 3, good. Emmanuel quickly strokes a long 3 to put the Cats up 5, 66-61.
And that's not been their strength, but that's what's been killing us, their threes.
And that's their 4th of the second half. Dogs with the possession. We need points. 3:35. Clock ticking down. Gresham to Wheeler. Fakes the drive. Now goes across the lane. Gives it out to Edwards. Straight away. Long 3. That's way too deep. No good. Rebound. Richards, and Kamara fouls him from behind. Kamara went reaching for the loose ball. Richards got to it beforehand, and when the contact was made, Richards took a little faux tumble on the floor to make sure the official saw it, and he did blow the whistle. 66-61. Kentucky with a 5-point lead. Timeout in Athens with 3:25 to go. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
In your heart, you know it's time to get your hip repaired. You need knee surgery, but don't want it to be too invasive. You're looking for a new approach to the arthritis pain you've had for so long. At Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, we're dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility, which is why we offer personalized care from elite joint and arthritis doctors who place an emphasis on rapid recovery that can have you home within hours of surgery. Learn more at northside.com/orthopedic. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
When you're getting ready to cheer on the Bulldogs, bring more flavor to the game with Cheez-It and Pringles. And now, Cheez-It and Pringles give you the chance to win the biggest prize of the season, a trip to Atlanta to hoop it up with the stars at the Celebrity Crunch Classic. Visit CelebrityCrunchClassic.com for entry details and official rules. No purchase necessary. Ends 3/8/20. Void where prohibited. Stock up on Cheez-It and Pringles. Enter for your chance to win. And go Dogs!
Combining home and auto with State Farm gets you a whole lot covered for less. But this State Farm radio ad gets you this jam covered for free.
Cover it all, but nothing at all. I want my premiums to fall by combining policies for home and auto. Cover it all. And
for more coverage, visit statefarm.com.
Saving you money on car insurance has been in Geico's playbook for over 75 years. So after tonight's game, get a quote at geico.com. Geico, so easy a caveman can do it. 66-61. Georgia has fallen behind Kentucky by 5 with 3:25 remaining. This recap is brought to you by Regions, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card by visiting regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Kentucky getting it done with much better shooting percentage here in the second half. 56% for the Cats in half two. 14 of 25. The Dogs just 39%. 9 of 23. We've turned it over 12 times in the ball game, as have they, but they have scored a little bit more on turnovers than has Georgia, 18-11. Richards at the foul line for Kentucky. The big right-hander Misses the foul shot. And then we missed the rebound. Harris couldn't get it in both hands. He got it off one hand and it went out of bounds, so the Cats are going to get another break here.
Boy, we cannot catch a break here in the second half.
Nor can we get a rebound. We're down 5. Cats with the ball. 3:20. Clock dying slowly here in Athens. Quickly across the top of the key. Now to Hagans. He starts off the wing, tries to drive by Kamara, passes it inside. Off Richards. He picks it up and shoots with 1 second on the clock. Nearly knocked down a prayer, but it kicked off the rim, and Kamara got the rebound for Georgia. Now the Dogs have a chance to chew into that 5-point deficit. 2:54 remaining. Wheeler with the ball. High dribbles up around his chest on the left wing. Go to Kamara straight ahead. Comes to Harris on the right side. Jordan puts it on the floor with a left-hand dribble. Kamara on the baseline. Tried to go by Sestina. He pushes. Called for the foul, the big guy.
That's 1 and 1.
It'll put Tumani on the free throw line. 61% foul shooter. And Kamara 0 for 2 tonight. Clock stopped, 2:41 to go. We need free throws here, Tumani. Rayshawn Hammonds will come into the ball game for Jordan Harris, who will check out. Kamara, 6'8", 220-pound freshman. Big moment for him. Left-hander, strokes it good. Kamara with his first points of the second half. First point, I should say. Let's hope it's plural if he can make this one. 66-62. And that one rattled out. And the rebound stripped out by Gresham, and almost a great play by Donnell as Sestina had it, and Donnell knocked it out of his hands, but unfortunately went out of bounds, so the Cats will have the ball. They're up 4 with the possession. 2:40 remaining.
Tom Green asking for this crowd, and he's getting it.
We need more noise. We need more noise. Cats with the ball, left into the floor. They're in blue, Dogs in white. They lead by 4. Hagans with the ball, dribbles on the left wing. Top of the key, goes to Sestina. Shot fake. Ooh, almost got a foul on Hammonds. Drives in for a 2 from close range and knocks down about a 12-footer left of the lane. Sestina quiets the crowd with 5 points now in the ball game for him. They're up 6. 68-62. Clock is becoming our enemy. 2:05, 2:04. We're down 2 possessions. Wheeler with the ball. Drives across the top of the key. Lobs to the rim. Edwards goes up, catches it, shoots as they foul him. Knock him to the floor. He's going to get 2 free throws coming. Fouls on Emmanuel quickly.
And that's 2 with the clock stopped. That helps.
And Edwards to the line. Anthony tonight, 16 points in the game. He's 6 of 15. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Edwards for 2 shots here. Free throw number 1 is good. 17 points for Anthony Edwards. He's the Dogs' leading scorer. 68-63, Kentucky. And another free throw for Edwards to make it a 4-point game again. 68-64. Crowd makes noise. We need the ball. We need a defensive stop. Hagan's double team in the backcourt. Goes to Maxey. Gets it across the timeline. Lobs it into the corner. Sestina. 1:49 to go. They don't want to shoot. They want to run clock. Maxey with the ball down the lane. Floater alley-oop to Richards. Dunks it from the left side. We went to sleep on the big guy. He's got 15. It's a 6-point lead for Kentucky. Georgia's going to call a time. Tom Crean asks for time inside the 2-minute window. The coach can call the timeout. He gets a 30 with 1:33 to go. It's 70-64 Kentucky. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. (70-64), Kentucky leading Georgia. The Dogs had a 6-point lead at intermission, but now is Kentucky that's up by 6. Can you imagine what the rest of the league is going to be like? This is game number 1 in the conference.
It's hard to believe. And then, I mean, we got a whole
17 more of these.
2 months to go through this stuff.
1:33 remaining.
And you know, that is the thing about the SEC. I mean, this is what you run into almost on a nightly basis. Now, I understand this is Kentucky, but still, Kentucky isn't Kentucky this year. Right now, Auburn's sitting up there at the top of the league with Arkansas.
And we get Auburn over there on Saturday. It doesn't get any easier whatsoever. We're down 6. Lob to Edwards, almost out of his fingertips. He works his way inside, hooks it up and in with a left hand in traffic. He slid into the lane under the basket and hooked it up and in with a sweeping score.
I don't believe that's a play that Tom Crean drew up, but it worked.
70-66, 4-point lead for Kentucky. 70 seconds to play. Cats with the ball. Hagen's down the lane. Foul as he drives and hits the rim with his lay-in attempt. He's going to the line for 2 shots.
So that's 5 on Ray.
Hammonds, Ray just fouled out of the game with 1:09 to go. So Hammonds will come out, finishes with 9 points. Just 2 for 9 tonight. Disappointing shooting night for Rayshawn. He had 4 rebounds. Was 1 for 5 on threes. Kind of forced him out of his game. Hagen's at the foul line trying to add to a 4-point Kentucky lead. The former Georgia commit gets the roll and the rattle, and it falls through good. Hagen's now with 11 in the game. And it's a 5-point Kentucky lead. This will make it 6 if he strokes it home. In the air. He got it. He got the roll again, twice. 72-66. Dogs go quickly. Crump on the wing. Cats extending the defense way out front. Edwards attacks down the lane. They strip the ball out. It went off his leg out of bounds. Anthony went in the air. They knocked the ball out. It hit off his thigh and rolled over the end line. Minute to go. 72-66. Coaches frantically working their benches. And are they going to check the possession here? The officials. One official is waving the teams off the floor as 2 other officials will go to the monitor to our left. So the play is under review with Kentucky up 72-66. Cats have been awarded the ball on the call on the floor. And we'll see if they got it correct. Or they will see. We can't see the monitor. Minute to play here in Athens, 72-66. It's been a terrific ball game tonight. As far
it really has, and you don't see anybody leaving. I mean, everybody's in their seats. Dogs are down 6, but look, Georgia's capable of coming back.
Ball will stay with Kentucky, say the officials. They're proud they got one right. Kentucky will bring it up the length of the floor. Dogs with Wheeler, Edwards, Gresham, Harris, and Kamara on the floor. Hammonds is fouled out. Quickly goes to the baseline to inbound the ball. Hagen's nearby, as is Maxey. Sestina's at the half-court line, and Richards is way down on the left end of the floor. Cats throw it in. We pressure. Hagen sprints diagonally across the way into the front court, lobs it to Richards, catches it on the block, goes down to the floor, bounces off, comes back up, and softly puts it up and in. It's 74-66 now. We attack quickly with Harris. He may have been fouled. There was no whistle. He lost the ball. Cats got it back. We foul in the backcourt. Quickly is fouled by a couple of Bulldogs. Not sure who they're going to call it on. Either Edwards or Wheeler. They call it on Xavier Wheeler. 43.7 seconds to go. Crowd starting to mill around, and some of them are heading for the exits now as the Cats are up 8 and at the line as they are pulling away here in the final seconds. Quickly at the free throw line. Free throw is good. Cats with 4 in double figures, led by Richards and Maxey, each with 17. Quickly now with 14. And he's got another free throw to come as he tries to put Kentucky up by double digits for the first time. And he does. So it's a 10-point lead with 43.7 seconds to go. The first double-digit lead by either side in this ball game. Wheeler throws it away, trying to penetrate and kick out. Cats get it down the floor to Sestina. We foul him on purpose with Crump. They didn't call it intentional, but they probably could have. That'll put Nate Sestina on the foul line. And this one has gotten away from the Dogs here in the second half.
It has.
76-66, Kentucky by 10.
We were not nearly as focused with what we were doing in the second half as we had been in the first. Our shooting failed us. Their shooting took over, particularly from behind the arc where they had not been good.
Sestina hits the first free throw, and he's about to shoot the second one, and that one will not go. It rolls off down into the hands of Tumani Kamara, who rebounds. It's an 11-point Kentucky lead. Edwards into a double team, spins it off the glass, up and in with 27 seconds to go. They foul him, count the basket, send him to the line. 77-68, and Anthony Edwards going to the line for a free throw. 27 and a half seconds remain. Some of the folks vacating the courtside seats now. Free throw, Edwards, good. 77-69. It's an 8-point lead for Kentucky. 27 and a half seconds to go. Cats look to inbound, still looking. We're not guarding the inbound player. And they feed it into Hagans, and Ty Fagan quickly fouls. 25.6 seconds to go. That'll put Ashton Hagans on the foul line, 84% foul shooter when the game began. 77-69. Just couldn't quite get there tonight. Hagans foul line. No pressure really for Kentucky. And he still misses. That one bounced all over the rim and finally rolled off the front.
You said they came into this shooting 80% at the line?
Yeah. This has not been an 80% night. In fact, it's 50%. Now less than that. 9 of 19 now from the foul line for the best free throw shooting team in the league. Now they're back to 500, 10 of 20. As Hagans hits 1 out of 2. Dogs down 78-69. Edwards draws a crowd in the corner. Hands it to Crump. He'll shoot a 3. Forced it up over the defense. That's no good. Rebound Hagans. Cats can run out the clock if they want to, and Hagans will slam on the brakes, and that's what they will do. Kentucky's going to win it late here. They pulled away. They trailed at the half, and they'll win in the second half for the first time after trailing at halftime this season. Final score tonight at Stegman Coliseum. Kentucky 78 and Georgia 69. The 14th ranked Wildcats improved to 2-0 in league play now and 11-3 overall. Georgia sees its short winning streak come to a close. The Dogs 0-1 in the league and now 10-4 overall. And we've got a date with the 5th-ranked team in the country, Auburn, Saturday night at 6 o'clock at Auburn Arena.
And you know what? I got to tell you something. We show up in Auburn on Saturday, they're not going to feel sorry for us. So we got to bury this in this conference. You know what it's like. You have a game like this where you let one get away. You got to bury it, and you got to get ready for what's next. And what's next for Georgia, like you say, is the 5th-ranked team in the nation.
Auburn beat Mississippi State in their conference opener on Saturday. They host Vanderbilt tomorrow night in Auburn, and then they get the Dogs 6 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. Our final here tonight, Kentucky outlasts the Dogs. They pull away and win it in the second half, 78-69. Stay tuned for our Regions Locker Room Report. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll hear from Georgia's head coach, Tom Crean, in just a little bit. Final again tonight. Kentucky wins it 78-69 on the Dogs. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Everyone knows the star players on the court, but what about the ones off the court? Nissan Intelligent Mobility Technologies are calling the shots. They can lend a hand all on their own, whether you're in game day traffic or pivoting into those tight arena parking spots. And when the opposing team's fans suddenly break in front of you, it can even help you stop, so you can keep cheering come game time. Nissan Intelligent Mobility, it's a game changer.
Get to Nissan, a proud partner of the UGA Bulldogs.
Please see owner's manual for important feature information.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The following BMW ad is a few years old. A little sibling rivalry is to be expected in the BMW 3 Series. We're running it again because these 3 Series models are now BMW certified. They may have their differences, but they have much more in common than you think. They sure do. Like a sporty chassis, still has that. A 0 to 60 that's as quick as 4.6 seconds. Yeah, what I said. BMW certified. Like new, again.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Hi, welcome to this ad for Subway Delivery. How do you want it?
I'll take the home meditation, please.
Ah, very blissful.
The path to fulfill your inner stomach, man. First, align your body with the sofa. Open your mind and order from Subway.com/delivers. Open your door to your delivery order. Open your mouth to a tasty footlong from Subway. All right.
Delivery available in selected areas. See Subway.com/delivers for details.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions Bank. Coming up, you'll hear from players and coaches outside the Dogs' locker room. Plus, a look again at other scores around the country. Now, back to courtside for continuing live coverage of Georgia basketball.
Fagan's got it, drives off the wing to Harris. Oh, clear the way! Wow. Two-handed slam dunk, Jordan Harris.
What a gorgeous play by Ty Fagan.
And that is our assist of the game, and it's brought to you by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM or by visiting statefarm.com. Back here in Athens, Stegman Coliseum, we had a sellout crowd tonight, 10,523, that saw Kentucky pull away here in the second half, overcoming a 6-point halftime deficit and beat the Bulldogs 78-69. The Cats outscored Georgia by 15 in the second half, 47-32. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Well, Chuck, the way we were playing it in the first half and in the early moments of the second half, I thought this one was there in Georgia's grasp tonight. But in the last 10 minutes of the game, it was Kentucky just proved to be too strong.
Well, we did a good job of holding them off. It was 1 point, 2 point, 1 point, 2 point that we were holding them at arm's length, but barely at arm's length. And then the dam broke, and when it did, they opened it up and got away with it. And these young Georgia Bullpups, they got to learn from this. Because, like I said, when they show up in Auburn on Saturday, they're not going to care for them. They don't care what happened to Georgia. Not going to feel sorry for them. And so they're going to have another stiff challenge. And if you don't want to go down 0-2 in the conference, you got to find a way to go win one on the road there.
Well, Kentucky had size coming in. They outsized Georgia, certainly with Montgomery at 6'10", and Richards at 6'11", and Sestina at 6'9". We knew that coming in. They didn't have a lot of those weapons in the first half due to some foul trouble. They had them all in the second half, and then when you look down at the stat sheet and you see Kentucky scored 48 points in the paint, 48 of their 78. That kind of tells you what their plan was.
Yeah, they got
in the final 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, but they hit key threes too. When they made their nice little run to grab the lead and put some space between the two of us, they hit some key threes.
And as you pointed out, rebounding too. They were behind Georgia, trailing on the boards by a good bit for most of the game, and they ended up +6 on the glass.
Yeah, they did a great job. They crashed that glass. We kind of lost the momentum on the boards, and when that happened, they were able to take full advantage. Listen, it's a good basketball team Kentucky has. Now where they fit in the conference, I'm not sure. I do know enough to know that you don't discount Kentucky, at any point in the season, because they will, come conference tournament time, you're going to hear from Big Blue.
Yeah, depth or not, Kentucky's always going to be Kentucky. They've got 4 freshmen on their team, but their 4 freshmen are not like most other teams' 4 freshmen. They have 4 all-star freshmen, and they come in and they play right away, and they get thrown into the fire, and a lot of these guys are flame retardant. I mean, the fire doesn't affect them at all. They go right to work. Kentucky wins it tonight, 78-69 over Georgia. The Dogs are now 10-4 for the year. Cats 11-3. They're 2-0 in the league, and Georgia 0-1. We'll get Auburn on Saturday. That's our next trip, as Kentucky has beaten Georgia now 13 consecutive games. The Dogs' last win over the Wildcats was 7 years ago, 2013, 7 years ago, here in this building.
We get another crack at them in 2 weeks? 2 weeks.
On the 21st.
Yeah.
We go to Rupp Arena, 7 o'clock game on January 21st. That's the rematch for Georgia and Kentucky. We'll step aside for just a moment. We'll catch up with Coach Crean in just a little bit. This is the Regions Locker Room Report. Get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. 78-69, our final. Kentucky over Georgia. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Off season for Georgia fans? Yeah, right. We show our team spirit year-round. Now with a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions, you can go dogs wherever you go. And with Regions Next Step tips and tools, you and your Visa check card can go further. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, and we know greatness is in the grind. To learn more, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Did you know Georgia is one of the leading producers of pecans in the entire world? That's how hard Georgia farmers work to help cultivate the state's economy. And that's why Georgia Farm Bureau cultivates farmers with agricultural research and assistance programs and access to benefits that save families money, like home and auto insurance. You can join online for just a few bucks a year. So, get cracking.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Booking.com, our search filters make it easy to book the perfect place to stay to check off any New Year's resolution. Want to be more active this year? Book a resort with a fitness center at Booking.com. Check. Want to shorten your commute? Book a ski lodge right by the lifts at Booking.com. Check. Or do you want to worry less in 2020? Then book a vacation home with a relaxing hot tub. Check. At Booking.com, there's a booking for every resolution. Download the app and book now.
The following BMW ad is a few years old. A little sibling rivalry is to be expected in the BMW 3 Series. We're running it again because these 3 Series models are now BMW certified. They may have their differences, but they have much more in common than you think. They sure do. Like a sporty chassis, still has that. A 0 to 60 that's as quick as 4.6 seconds. Yeah, what I said. BMW certified. Like new, again.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Wheeler with 6 on the clock. Oh, to Edwards. Two-handed, high-flying above the rim. Jamaroo. Wow. That's the ultimate drive of the game. Those were nice moments way back when. The ultimate drive of the game, driven by BMW, proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. BMW says, go Dogs. Didn't happen for Georgia tonight as we welcome you back inside the Regions Locker Room Report. Brought to you by Regions, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card by going to regions.com/GoDogs. That's how you order yours today. 78-69 was our final here from sold-out Stegman Coliseum as the Bulldogs just kind of, did they run out of gas in the second half? Did you describe it like that, or just got outplayed in the second half? How would you describe it?
Well,
a little bit of everything?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I don't think they ran out of gas because these kids, they fought hard. The problem was Kentucky, got it together. They started making plays. They got a little help, not a lot, but a little help with some calls that went their way, and once it got rolling, Georgia had a tough time stopping it. Like I mentioned, they had 3 straight possessions where they had scores. 2 of them were threes, and then they were able to get inside, do what they do best, which is go to the glass and finish there. Some of them were alley-oops, others were just layups and drawing fouls, and those were things that those were the kind of things that Georgia was just not able to overcome.
Dogs suffer their first loss at home this year, now 8-1 here at Stegman Coliseum. Again, the final tonight, 78-69. Kentucky is a winner. It's time to select our IBEW player of the game, presented by IBEW. And, Chuck, even though we look at Anthony Edwards' line, and he was Georgia's leading scorer with 23, I like Jordan Harris tonight. He did a little bit of everything.
No doubt about it. And he not only played well while he was on the floor, but some of his plays were really the kind that you went, wow, that really caught your attention.
I mean, he played 19 minutes of the ball game, had 10 points. He had 5 rebounds. He had 3 assists. Let's see what else he had. He had, I think he had a mark in just about every statistical category. 3 assists. He had a block shot. He had 3 steals. 5 for 7 shooting the basketball. Jordan Harris, the senior from Iron City, Georgia, Seminole County High School, the 6'5 senior from South Georgia, is our IBEW player of the game. Didn't go the Dogs' way tonight. Kentucky, the winner, 78-69 to win for the 13th consecutive time in this series. But Georgia is, going to try to regroup and off for better things, they hope. They've got another tough hill to climb on Saturday when they go to number 5 Auburn. The Tigers, the only undefeated team in the SEC right now, 13-0. They'll play Vanderbilt tomorrow night and then host the Dogs on Saturday. We'll continue with our Regions locker room report from Stegman Coliseum. Regions, do I have a Regions card to read? Oh, well, let me give them a bonus read then. Let's see. Regions sponsors our locker room report, and you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card by visiting regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll talk to head coach Tom Crean in just a little bit as we roll through our post-game coverage. Dogs fall to Kentucky tonight, 78-69 here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
In your heart, you know it's time to get your hip repaired. You need knee surgery, but don't want it to be too invasive. You're looking for a new approach to the arthritis pain you've had for so long. At Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, we're dedicated to providing you with a lifetime of mobility, which is why we offer personalized care from elite joint and arthritis doctors who place an emphasis on rapid recovery that can have you home within hours of surgery. Learn more at northside.com/orthopedic. Northside Hospital Orthopedic Institute, your source of strength.
Isn't it yummy when you find a great deal that helps stretch your budget? Yeah, we think so too. That's why at Kroger, we've got more ways to save on all the fresh foods you truly crave. With great sales every day, fuel points to save at the pump, and digital coupons you can download to your Plus card, the savings at Kroger really add up. More ways to save. It's easy at Kroger.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At PT Solutions Physical Therapy, we're proud to be an official partner of UGA. In sports, getting to the next level takes lots of talent and lots of work. At PT Solutions, we believe that every young athlete deserves the opportunity to chase his or her dream. That's why you'll find our therapists and trainers on the fields and sidelines at every level, helping athletes stay healthy and be at their best. We hope you'll visit us at over 40 Georgia locations or at ptsolutions.com.
Hey, Bulldog fans, it's time to visit Swifty Car Wash. Everyone feels better in a clean car, and we have a special offer for you. Join any Swift Pass Unlimited Wash Club for just $4.99 the first month. Unlimited washes, VIP lanes, earn a free month for every referral. Score on every drive at Swifty Car Wash. See store for details. Find all locations at SwiftyCarWash.com. Swifty Car Wash, the official car wash of UGA Athletics.
Back here at Stegman Coliseum, post-game coverage continues. Kentucky a winner over Georgia tonight, 78-69. Coach Tom Crean is with us from the coaches' locker room. And, Tom, it didn't go our way tonight. Your thoughts on this ballgame?
Well, second half is what got us. We first 8 minutes, they were the tougher team. Last 12 minutes of this first half, we were the tougher team. And for 20 minutes, they were. And that's about the time that Nick Richards wasn't in the game. So we knew we didn't have a matchup for him. There's a lot of games we're not going to have a matchup for the other team's bigs. That's why we have to switch so much and try to get in front. And the disappointing part about our defense is twofold. Well, threefold. Number one, we got out-rebounded by 11 in the second half. And that's the story of the game. And then the points off the turnovers is the story of the game. But it's the immaturity of youth that when the scoring wasn't going our way as much as it was going fine, but we just didn't bear down and come back and be as physical as we needed to be defensively. And our switching wasn't as aggressive. Our fronting of the post wasn't as aggressive. We just weren't. And it starts with our best players. And Rayshawn Hammonds and Anthony Edwards were not good defensively at all. And one's a junior, one's a freshman, and they do a lot for our team, but they got to be a lot better defensively. But it was a team effort in the sense that we were not physical enough with them. And we knew that was going to be the deal. I mean, the physicality, the aggressiveness, the speed. And we were doing fine with that in the first half, but we gave that up a little bit. And that's what happens. We don't have a leader, right? I mean, there's not a collective leadership, so it has to come or a group of guys that are collectively the leaders. So it's got to come collectively from the guys that are on the floor, and we got that in the first half. We got great bench play. We had team leadership. But when it gets tight, somebody's got to step up, and it's usually not going to be on the offensive end. It's going to be shoring things up on the defensive end, and we just never had an answer enough for the rebounding or for Nick Richards in the second half.
Well, you mentioned that physicality, Coach, and on the glass, and I was noticing we were +7 on the boards in the first half.
Yeah. And
then, like you say, they took control of the glass in the second half, and when you don't have, and they're a much bigger team than we are.
No question. Most teams are going to be. I mean, that's where we're sitting right now, and so we've got to. We've got to keep figuring it out. Whether it's the switching, the fronting, whether we play more zone. But at the end of the day, when the shot goes up, you got to hit somebody, and you've got to hit them constantly, and that's what they're so good at. That's what John is so good at. We preach two-handed rebounding. We lose rebounds because we go up with one hand, and when you're playing a team that's as fundamentally sound as they are with the boards, that's an issue. Right, that's an issue, and they go get the ball with two hands, and the turnovers were costly for us at times. But again, we just didn't have the rebounding got us, right? The rebounding got us. We couldn't deal with the live ball turnovers, but the rebounding got us in the second half.
Can you talk a little bit, Coach, about Jordan Harris and what he was able to give you tonight?
We lost the game, Scott. I mean, I'm not really into any individual situation. He did some good things, but at the same time, he's got to take care of the ball better, and he's got to be even better on the glass, right? He wants to play. He's a senior. He missed 9 games. You don't just walk in and everything's great. I mean, you've got to go in there and really establish yourself defensively and with the glass. So he did some really good things. But when you lose a game that we had our opportunities in, and it comes down to the rebounding, I'm not really looking at anybody as a standout in the game.
One of the things that we talk about in this conference is that humility is only, a few days away, when you're successful. But by that same coin, if you flip it over, opportunity is only.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to play. We're going to be. I told them with what we're getting ready to deal with on Saturday will be as tough as anything we've done all year. All right, and so the guys that are competitive and have the makeup of fight and competing, they're gonna show up for it, right? I mean, we're young, right? We're young, and Nick Richards is a junior, and EJ and Ashton and Quickly, those guys are sophomores. Sestina's a senior. I mean, those guys have done it. We have a lot of guys right now that haven't done it, and we have 10 new guys that just played their first SEC game. So I understand that, but we had no answer for that rim when it came to the rebounding at the end. And we didn't get the 50-50 balls. And if you're going to win basketball games, old adage I learned it a long, long time ago, you've got to come up with 70% of the 50-50 balls if you want to win. And we didn't have that. And I would have liked to seen us go to the foul line a little bit more. I would have liked to seen some of the two-hand holds be called. I would have liked to seen a lot of things. But at the end of the day, if you don't get the 50-50s, if you're not getting the rebounds, and they're getting those boards because they're more aggressive, then that's going to be the victor, and that's what happened tonight.
Since you mentioned two-hand holds, I've got to ask you, would you point out to officials, I mean, when they were wrapping their arms around Anthony Edwards, and that was on several occasions.
Yeah, absolutely.
How does?
Well, I would just say this, okay? And
I'm not looking to get you in trouble.
No, I'm not going to get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what
the conversations ran one way.
Okay.
So there's not anything that I can really add to that.
Okay.
That's as much as I can say. There was no yes, no, maybe. There was just one-way street conversations tonight. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Tom, thanks for your time tonight.
Sure.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean from the coaches' locker room. Didn't go Georgia's way tonight, unfortunately. 78-69 the final to Kentucky. Let's run through our final stats brought to you by Northside Hospital, proudly welcoming the Gwinnett Health System to its family of care with more than 3,500 doctors and 5 hospitals. Your Northside now has expanded services in maternity, orthopedics, surgery, cardiovascular, cancer, and more. Visit them at northsidegwinnett.com. Georgia's numbers individually, 23 points for Anthony Edwards, despite the fact, Chuck, that they were grabbing and pulling and tugging, and he still didn't get a lot of calls go his way, but he still got 23 points and 5 rebounds. He was the Dogs' leading scorer, 8 for 17 shooting, 3 for 9 on threes, hit 4 of his 5 foul shots. One of 2 Georgia players in double figures. Jordan Harris was the other with 10 points. He had 5 rebounds, 5 of 7 shooting. He had 3 assists and 3 steals in the contest as well. Other scores for the Dogs, Rayshawn Hammonds, 9 points and 4 rebounds. Ray was 2 for 9 shooting, 1 for 5 on threes. He fouled out of the ball game. Severe Wheeler had 8 points. He had 3 assists but 4 turnovers tonight, 3 steals for the little fella, 6 of 7 from the foul line, just 1 of 5 shooting the basketball. Ty Fagan added 5 points and a rebound. He had an assist and a steal as well. Others scoring for Georgia included Tyree Crump with 5 points, 4 rebounds. He was 2 of 8 shooting, 1 of 6 on 3-point shots. And the Dogs got to get Tyree's 3-ball to start dropping a little more frequently.
Sure would help.
That would be helpful.
Anything from the outside that we can get to fall right now. Ray, who hit some key shots for us at Memphis, only had one big one that fell for him tonight here in the second half when we needed it, and some others did not. And we just got to get some help, from the outside. Donnell Gresham did not have a 3 tonight. He had several of them against Memphis.
Yeah, he had 3 in the win on Saturday. Only took 1 shot tonight, had 0 points with 3 rebounds. Tumani Kamara finished with 5 points and 6 boards. Christian Brown had 4 points and a rebound. Georgia falls to Kentucky 78-69. The Cats had 4 guys in double figures, led by Nick Richards, who had put his name in for the NBA draft last year. They both declared for the NBA draft, Richards and Montgomery, and then withdrew and returned to school, and it's paying dividends for the Wildcats and probably for those 2 young men as well. Richards had 17 points. Tyrese Maxey with 17 points. Ashton Hagans had 13 points. He had 5 assists and 4 steals. He's a terrific defender. And Emmanuel Quickly had 15 points and 5 rebounds for the Wildcats. Georgia shoots 42% for the game. Kentucky finishes at 50%. They shot almost 60% in the second half, and that goes back to what Tom Crean was talking about just moments ago. The defense let Georgia down in that second half. The Dogs shot just 40% in the second half. Cats didn't do it from the line tonight, though. They were poor from the line, 10 of 20 from the foul line, 6 of 12 on threes. So just one game after shooting 90% against Missouri from the foul line, they went 27 of 30. They went 10 of 20 against the Dogs tonight. Wow. But they win it. They overcome their largest halftime deficit of the year, and they win it by a final of 78-69. 70-69. So that's going to do it for this portion of the Regions Locker Room Report from Stegman Coliseum here in Athens. Trevor Williams is standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios to take you the rest of the way home. For Chuck Dowdle, who's going to go home and nurse that cold, and Tony Schiavone, who's he's off and running somewhere in a different direction. I'm Scott Howard. We'll talk to you on Saturday night. 5:35 will be our airtime for the 6 o'clock Eastern Time tip against 5th-ranked Auburn at Auburn Arena. Stay with us. We've got more of the post-game coverage coming up right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, Georgia fans. I'm Scott Howard here for UPS. Your customers want more from your business. You've got to make more happen, whether they're in Athens, Georgia, or on the other side of the world. Globally or locally, UPS is building solutions to help businesses give their customers exactly what they want. More. Made easy. UPS, official logistics company of Georgia Athletics.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of UGA football, and every Dogs fan deserves to save money. Get fired up about our low natural gas rates and switch to Scana Energy by calling 877-GO-SCANA or visiting scanaenergy.com. Between the hedges and beyond, Scana Energy is a winning play. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to start saving on your natural gas today.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, welcome to the Subway Fresh Value Meal radio ad. How would you like to hear it?
From a game show host?
All right, let's play.
Thanks, Johnny. Our lucky contestants are playing for a fresh value meal with a 6-inch sub. They'll choose from 6, including a cold cut combo or Black Forest ham, starting at $6 with a 20-ounce drink and chips. Subway, make it what you want.
Fresh value meal sandwiches are prepared in front of you at participating restaurants. Prices and subs included may vary. Additional charges for extras plus applicable tax. No additional coupons or discounts may be applied.
Let's say you just bought a house. Bad news is you're one step closer to becoming your parents. Soon you'll have a separate fridge in the basement where extra groceries are exiled forever. Remember that frozen lasagna? Of course you don't. It's been down there since 2008. Good news is it's easy to bundle home and auto through Progressive and save on your car insurance. Piece of cake. Behind the lasagna. It's very old. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
A final score tonight, Georgia falls to Kentucky 78-69 in Athens, and one that just got away at the end from the Bulldogs. So the first SEC game, 78-69, Kentucky. Trevor Williams with you in the Piedmont Healthcare Studios as we go through the rest of our Regions Bank Locker Room Report. And we'll take a look around the rest of the SEC tonight. The other game that wrapped up alongside us was Ole Miss on the road at Texas A&M. So the Rebels held the Aggies to 19 first-half points. Texas A&M returned the favor, down 10 at the break. They hold the Rebels to 18 in the second half, outscore them by 20 and win it 57-47 out at College Station. 10-point win for Texas A&M. They're 1-1 in SEC play, and Ole Miss drops its SEC opener. Florida went on the road to South Carolina in the Gamecocks SEC opener. They fall as well. Florida winning on the road 81-68, while Tennessee, another road team, picking up a win in the SEC tonight. They battled Missouri on the road, 69-59 Vols in that ball game to cap the rest of the SEC scores tonight. Big game of college basketball. 4th-ranked Baylor tops 22nd-ranked Texas Tech on the road, 57-52. Red Raiders gave the Bears a shot late, only down 3 at the half in a low-scoring first half, but Baylor wins it by 5. Mark Vidal on the road, 8 points, 13 rebounds in the victory for the Bears. 11th-ranked Ohio State faced 12th-ranked Maryland. That was on the road in College Park, and the Terps 67-55. They defend their home court, win by 12. A little bit of a runaway late, 6-point advantage in either half. Maryland's Anthony Cowan, 20 points, 6 rebounds in the victory for the Terps. 13th ranked Louisville at home took care of Miami 74-58. Number 16 Villanova come back in the second half, coming back from 8 down at the break to beat Creighton on the road in Omaha 64-59. 18th ranked Virginia did fall on the road to Boston College tonight 60-53. And number 20 Penn State, they suffered a road loss as well in Big Ten play 72-61 to Rutgers. All told, it could have been a much worse night for the top 25 as of the games that were in action late. You had a total of 6 top 25 teams that were ranked. 5 of them had either lost or were trailing, but 3 came back for victories. That was Villanova, Kentucky, and Louisville tonight for wins on this Tuesday. In our game, Georgia falls to Kentucky in a tight one, 78-69. We'll come back and tell you what to expect on Saturday as our postgame show continues. The Regions Bank Locker Room Report on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Hey Bulldog fans! Georgia Power knows that fan energy is what makes Georgia Bulldog basketball possible. From tip-off to the final buzzer, you power us forward. That's why Georgia Power is proud to help power your community. Last year, they donated over $22 million to community improvement programs, including supporting nearly 1,300 nonprofits across the state. To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping the state power forward, visit georgiapower.com/community.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Dealing with battery problems? America's #1 battery destination is here to help. At AutoZone, we've got the free services to help you start even stronger in those colder temperatures. Like our free battery testing and battery charging. If you're having starting troubles, come into AutoZone. We'll test and charge your battery for free so you can drive with peace of mind in the wintertime. Getting the job done just got easier. Visit your nearest AutoZone today to learn more. Based on data from the NPD Group Incorporated, Car Care Track 12 months ending December 2018.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Lowe's has the supplies pros like you use most every day in the quantities you need, and will even help you save. Now during our Pro Paint event, pick up 5-gallon pails of Valspar ceiling paint for $28 less, now just $99. And get up to 30% off in-stock Owens Corning or John's Manville fiberglass installation when you buy 15 bats, 20 rolls, or 30 bags. And for a limited time, save an additional 5% just by using your Lowe's business credit account. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Paint offer valid through 1/10. Installation offer valid through 1/15. Credit offer valid 1/7 to 1/9. Subject to credit approval. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield IMG College, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Final tonight, Georgia falling in a tight one to Kentucky, 78-69. Trevor Williams with you one last time inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios as we take a look ahead as opportunity now awaits for the Bulldogs in just a short few days' time. So they'll be in Auburn on Saturday to take on the Auburn Tigers. That's at Auburn Arena. It'll be a 5:35 pregame show with our opening tip at 6 o'clock as Georgia will look for its first SEC win coming on back here against Auburn this Saturday. Thanks for being with us tonight in Athens. Again, the final, Kentucky able to slip by 78-69. For our entire crew, I'm Trevor Williams saying so long from the studios tonight. 78-69, Georgia looking to rebound for Saturday against Auburn, and we'll talk to you then. Good night, and go Dogs.
On the the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. You've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions Bank. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions Bank, a proud sponsor of the University of Georgia and the official bank of the SEC. Also by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. The preceding has been a Learfield, IMG College, and JMI Sports presentation on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.